I'm Doug Brown. Ohio State will play tomorrow at Michigan State. The COVID-19 issues in the Buckeyes program have improved. Ohio State will travel to East Lansing tonight. In the NFL, the Chargers host the Patriots on Sunday. Is Chargers coach Anthony Lynn on the hot seat? ESPN's Ryan Clark.
Oh, man, that seat's on fire. I believe that seat has exploded already, and they're just waiting until the end of the season. I'm not sure that the Chargers organization wants to throw that type of monkey wrench into Justin Herbert's early development.
Ryan Clark on the Max Kellerman Show. Raiders running back Josh Jacobs is out for Sunday's game against the Jets with an ankle injury. Jets offensive lineman Alex Lewis benched for the second week in a row for undisclosed reasons. The NBA releases the first half of the regular season schedule today. Teams within each conference will play an average of 4 back-to-backs against the same team in the same city to cut down on travel. The new season tips off December 22nd.
With thousands of locally owned Napa stores across the nation, chances are that wherever you call home, they do too. So whether you stop by a local Napa Auto Parts store, Napa Auto Care Center, or visit Napa online, you can count on Napa know-how.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
So. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Football Friday. Phil Steele, 15 minutes. Jay Ducote later this hour. Theriot in the next hour. We'll do our college football pick'em in hour 3. Saints and LSU picks. A ton to get to here as we head into our football weekend. Of course, it's LSU and Alabama tomorrow evening from Tiger Stadium. You can hear that game on Eagle 98.1. Sunday, Saints at Atlanta. That game also, incidentally, on Eagle 98.1 in the greater Baton Rouge area. We'll get to plenty Saints-Falcons. Admittedly, I am probably irrationally nervous about that game. When I look at it, just 2 weeks ago, the Saints, with their gadget player at quarterback, put a hurting on Atlanta. Second half, they couldn't stop Taysom from running the football. They couldn't block New Orleans from rushing Matt Ryan. Atlanta may not have Julio Jones in the game tomorrow. We'll wait and get an injury report a bit later today. It's one of those where when you go position group by position group, Saints probably should be favored by well over what the spread is in this ball game. But when you look at the last half decade in this series, it's basically 50-50. I mean, a year ago, the Saints coming off of their bye, hosting Atlanta, playing defensively as well as anybody in football, and they got punked at home by a bad Atlanta team. So that's probably just what it is, the thing that lingers in my brain. I mean, the fact that this spread's only 3 makes me a little hesitant. I do wonder, Atlanta, seeing Taysom Hill now for the second time in 3 weeks, have they, with a defensive-minded coach and Raheem Morris, have they come up with a plan maybe to stop the Saints' offense? No Marcus Davenport in this game. We're unsure about Janoris Jenkins. You know, there's just some things there that make me go, I just don't want to get caught napping in this one, especially a week after Atlanta just put it on Las Vegas. And I'll grant you, Las Vegas was their own worst enemy a week ago. I listened to much of that game. It was just, it was actually on our air here at 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. And yeah, it was a game 43-6 where the Raiders just did not protect the football. And I'd love to think that the Saints go into this ball game and, the Raiders a week ago turned it over 5 times. If the Saints protect the football, run the football, play great defense, they should win in the same manner in which they won last week in Denver. But you never know with divisional rivalries. I'll admit it. Again, it feels somewhat irrational, but I'm just a little apprehensive about this game being closer than it should be. As for LSU and Alabama, I don't think there's any irrational fear there. The fear is legitimate. Alabama is a freight train. They're the best team in college football by a wide margin. Nobody has even come close to slowing down Alabama. Georgia, with what some have said is the best defense in college football, for a half was able to play with Alabama, but ultimately that steam train started rolling and it just overwhelmed the University of Georgia, and Bama in that game put up 41 and wound up winning by 17. It's hard to imagine a scenario where LSU could stay close in this ball game. There was a guy, Scott Milliken is his name. This guy's a longtime listener to the show. Tweeted me last night. He said, Matt, it's got a feel, man. LSU by 7. And I said, Scott, I'll bet you everything in my bank account against everything in your bank account. And he said, okay, so I got my purple and gold glasses on. I'm not going to make that bet. And there it is. All right, there it is. I mean, we can hope. We can hope that the best case scenario is Bama goes out and plays its worst game of the year, turns it over 3-4 times. LSU plays flawless, its best game of the year. I do absolutely believe that when you're faced with a challenge like LSU is tomorrow, you elevate your play. Every rep in practice is a little crisper. Every mental rep in watching film is a little more arduous because you realize the challenge ahead of you. I mean, you realize what you're facing. And the possibilities there that if you're not locked in, you could be really embarrassed. The challenge and also the potential reward of a win like this is massive. So you are going to see players elevate their game. I think Derek Stingley is going to be so locked in at the opportunity to go face Devontae Smith or John Mechie and that crew at Alabama. I don't think there's any doubt Stingley's going to be locked in. And Cordell Flott, who played his best game of his career last week against Texas A&M, going to be locked in. And the defensive line, which played exceptional last week at Texas A&M, the whole defense, which kept LSU in it, that really is my hope, is that LSU defensively can elevate its game, try to slow that Alabama offense, to hope that the LSU offense can find some traction some way to keep them in the ballgame. Now, what we know, and Ed Orgeron did confirm yesterday when he met with the media, is who the starting quarterback is going to be, and it'll be TJ Finley making his 5th start.
Spirited week of practice. Like I said last night, we're going to start TJ. He's done a tremendous job of practice, so is Max. Plan on playing both if the situation arises. Our guys are excited. This is going to be a tremendous challenge. We have the #1 team in the country coming to LSU Stadium Saturday night, Death Valley, 7 o'clock. We're looking forward to playing the game.
I hope, admittedly, I'm a little surprised. Max did come in the game, have some success late last week. I'm a little surprised that with an open competition, he didn't win the job, which makes me wonder what transpires during the week that's keeping Finley ahead of Max at this point. I don't have that answer for you. But it is kind of curious that Finley, despite the struggles on the road at Auburn, despite the offensive ineptitude a week ago, which, as I've said, I don't think it was any of the quarterback's fault, they'll continue to roll with TJ, and Max hasn't been able to overtake him. But Orgeron did comment why, this is 5, Musa, if we could, why he chose TJ this week over Max.
Again, it was really close, but, we're going to have to throw the ball, obviously, and TJ has done a good job for us. So has Max. It's very close, but we feel that TJ has a slight edge. We're going to have to protect him. The games he played well, we protect him, and we caught the ball. The games we didn't play well, we got sacked, and we turned the ball over and didn't catch the ball. So those young quarterbacks can't put the game on their back. We have to support them. Guys have to make plays. We have to protect them.
So 2 things Ed mentioned there. 1, protecting him, and 2, catching the ball. And that's where a lot of the focus offensively will be this week. The offensive line last week was as bad as they've been all year. Here was Ed talking about how the line fared this week at practice.
I'm encouraged by the scheme and the protections. We work very hard on eliminating free blitzers coming through. Obviously, Alabama always does a good job of blitzing your protection. we're going to have to make adjustments throughout the game. Our quarterback's going to have to see it. Our center, Liam, who's very smart, is going to have to see it. We're going to have to change the point, whatever we need to do to protect the quarterback.
Alabama defensively allowing 119 yards on the ground, 238 in the air. Ole Miss exploited them earlier, and it's really my hope is that this LSU coaching staff has recognized on film what Ole Miss did to exploit them, what Georgia did kind of in the first half. Certainly, the Texas A&M score got one-sided, but A&M was able to move the ball through the 20s. Here's hoping the staff's able to do something similar this week. Can they protect TJ? What about catching the football, especially without Terrace Marshall?
We need to get the ball to Eric Gilbert. And I think that you're going to see that, and we need to find ways to get him the ball. But you know what? Cormore, Butte, John Trey Kirkland, next man up, and those guys have done a tremendous job for us, and I think they're gonna play well.
I'll remind you what Mike Detillier said with us yesterday, and you don't need me to go super hard at this, but understanding Mike and Ed Ogeron have been lifelong friends, and Mike talks to Ed, and a lot of what Ed says candidly or, in sort of subtext, you can tell what it is. But Mike said yesterday on the show, no Terrace Marshall. Don't be surprised if you see Eric Gilbert flexed out as a wide receiver, which means more of Cole Taylor attached to the line. The big physical tight end attached to the line, and Gilbert flexed out wide or even in the slot. Don't be surprised if you see that look a good bit this weekend as a way to get your best players on the field and maybe replace Terrace Marshall with who you feel is your best pass-catching target in the freshman Gilbert. LSU and Alabama, we'll certainly give you a pick on that game before we get out of here today. A lot still to talk about. Theriot next hour. As we do every Football Friday, our good friend Phil Steele jumps aboard with us. He is the best when it comes to college football analysis. Of course, the Phil Steele College Football Preview magazine. He gives you picks every Friday on the Phil Steele YouTube channel. Free selections if you're playing games. Go check out Phil there on the Phil Steele YouTube channel on the Phil Steele Plus Tour. It is after further review. When we come back, Phil Steele will join us, and we will preview the biggest games in college football. Stick around here on AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Darren James and Associates, powered by eXp Realty. Every home listed by every company, all in one place. Agent225.com. Agent225.com. As a matter of fact, earlier today, was texting with Darren James, and he mentioned to me that there was an AFR listener who called Darren, and Lane Medine is his name. Lane Medine, they just left closing today, and Lane had sent this text. He said, look, big props to you and your team for making this process seamless. I was treated like family. The customer service far superseded any other realtor I've ever used. Thank you very much, my friend. I'd love to do a testimonial about my experience. Lane, you just did it, but we'll get Lane on air, certainly. But that's the bottom line. You hear me talk about the customer service experience with Darren James. You hear me talk about the results with Darren James. Experience it for yourself. Call Darren James and get your home sold. And remember,
think real estate, think Darren James.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Toyotathon is happening right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Get into a 20 Highlander for $4,600 off MSRP. Come on down to Happy Town for Toyotathon. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into front-to-back boat services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front-to-back boat services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4Kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Wouldn't be a Football Friday without a visit from our friend Phil Steele on Twitter at PhilSteele042. Of course, PhilSteele.com. That's STEELE. Phil, how are you?
I am doing great, Matt. How about yourself?
Doing really well. We appreciate the time, as always. You know what, Phil, let's start with the program that is in the conference that's garnering the most amount of attention because they're on seemingly the thinnest ice, and that's the Big Ten and Ohio State. Ohio State, no Ryan Day. They've been hit by COVID. Ryan Day has said they're going to be shorthanded. We don't really know much more about the numbers. But a shorthanded Ohio State without their head coach on the road at Michigan State. Ohio State's a huge favorite in this game, Phil, but how do you even begin to try to process what this game would look like when you don't even really know who's going to be available for Ohio State?
Well, that is a big question mark. And, I'm going to assume that most of the key players are there for Ohio State. And if that's the case, I think Ohio State wins this and wins it big. I mean, let's face it. There are a lot of questions around the country right now, Matt, about does Ohio State deserve to be there? And I think had they taken care of business, I mean, they led Rutgers 35-3. They led Indiana 35-7, and they sort of let those teams back in the game. They were not impressive wins. If they wallow through another one like that, then why are we pushing for a team that's barely beaten their opponents? Who cares if they're 5-0? Why are we pushing for them to playoff spot? So I think it's important for Ohio State to come out and look like a playoff team this week. And even if Ryan Day's not on the sidelines, got a feeling he's got a little bit to do with the preparation of this game. They've got their coordinators there that call the game, and they just need to step on somebody's throat. And if you watch Michigan State against Iowa and against Indiana, games where they were just dominating at the line of scrimmage. I mean, they had 10 and 9 first downs in those games, gave up over 400 yards. This should be the game to do it. Now, the bad news would be if you play Ohio State and all of a sudden Justin Fields and Master Teague and Garrett Wilson are not playing, then I've got questions. But you got to think that if something like that was going to happen, there'd be a little inkling that the big players would be out.
Okay, so Ohio State at Michigan, that's an 11 a.m. Central kickoff at the same time, Phil, on the Plains in Auburn. This is fascinating because there's so much talk and chatter. Phil, we've been talking about this for a month now, that A&M has that backdoor opportunity into the playoff and the clearest path. But here you go. They got to clear this hurdle at Auburn. That line keeps dropping. It's under a touchdown now. What do you think about the Aggies on the road at Auburn?
Well, first of all, Matt, I got to say A&M disappointed me a little last week, giving up that touchdown with 38 seconds left. I'm sure there's a lot of folks there in Louisiana that were very pleased at that particular touchdown, but I was not. A&M struggled in the rain against LSU, some drop passes, things like that. But I think we're going to see a better A&M. Keep in mind, they were coming off a couple-week layoff. They hadn't played since November the 7th. So they haven't played in 21 days. I think we're going to see a sharper A&M. And if you line up these two teams, Kellen Mond's got a 16-2 ratio. Bo Nix has a 10-7 ratio. I'm taking Kellen Mond. The running game, Bigsby's banged up for Auburn. Spiller and Smith are outstanding for A&M. I'm taking them. Offensive line, clear-edged A&M. I think they've got one of the best offensive lines in the country. Receiving corps, Seth Williams is fun to watch. So is Anthony Schwartz, but I think they're close. Defensively, A&M's holding opponents to 98 yards below their season average. Auburn's giving up about what teams allow on the average, 80 yards per game more than A&M. So I just think A&M's a better team, capable of going on the road and getting the win here, and I think we'll see A&M look more dominant than they did last week against LSU.
Phil Steele is our guest. Phil, the Big 12 isn't really in the playoff conversation, but for Big 12 title conversation, it's pretty interesting. Oklahoma State on the road at TCU and West Virginia at Iowa State. It feels like these are games where we could see upsets. Let's start with Oklahoma State at TCU. The 15th ranked Cowboys are a 2-point favorite, but of course TCU, Gary Patterson, they always seem salty, especially at home. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think this is a game we do see an upset. I actually think when you line these two teams up, TCU might be the better squad. You know, Oklahoma State opened up the year strong on defense, but over the last 4 weeks, they're giving up 447 yards per game. TCU's defense has gotten better each week. They're giving up just 312 yards per game, so that's a pretty big difference there. Edge on defense at TCU. Who you can take at quarterback? Spencer Sanders, who's hitting 64% with a 6.5 ratio, or Max Duggan, a guy that's dangerous with his legs as well as throwing the football, hitting 62% with an 8.3 ratio. I'm taking TCU in that respect. And the running game, watch their run game that's been coming on these last couple of weeks. In fact, the last 4 weeks, TCU's rushed for 247 yards per carry, 5.8 yards per carry, I should say. Oklahoma State only 3.6 yards per carry. So I think TCU, in a desperate situation, if they're going to avoid a losing season or a non-bowl season, they need to win here. I like the Frogs to pull the upset.
What about the other game involving a Big 12 title game, possible participant Iowa State at home against West Virginia?
You know, the one factor that's going to keep West Virginia in this game is their defense. They've got the best defense in the Big 12, giving up 274 yards per game. Only allowing 3.3 yards per carry. But they haven't played great on the road. They lost to Oklahoma State by 14. They lost to Texas Tech by 7, Texas by 4. I do think this is a close game, down to the wire. But Iowa State is at home, and they're a good defense, and they also have the offense with Breece Hall, at running back, averaging 6.3 yards per carry. Brock Purdy's the veteran quarterback. So I think Iowa State comes out with a close win, but it should be a good game.
Phil, is it worth talking about Indiana, Wisconsin with the Michael Penix Jr. news? As disappointing as that is, this is one of only 2 ranked-unranked matchups. But you know, that injury to Indiana's quarterback, it almost feels like this game, which could have been a really exciting one, maybe isn't. It's a 2-touchdown spread for Wisconsin at home.
Yeah, and I think you go back and look at Indiana this year. They've had some good games, no doubt about it, but they're only outgaining their foes by 17 yards per game. Remember, Penn State outgained them 488 to 211. They trailed Ohio State 35-7, and they don't have Michael Penix. And meanwhile, Wisconsin has pretty much bludgeoned everybody, with the exception of Northwestern. A game they had a 103-yard edge, but were -4 in turnovers. Wisconsin gets this game at home. They're strong on the ground, and I think that the loss of Penix and the fact that Wisconsin's a pretty talented team, I like Wisconsin to win this one by more than 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I assumed it might go that way, especially with the big loss there for Indiana at quarterback. Couple more for Phil Steele. The game that got thrown together in about 48 hours, Phil. BYU, they're going to go across country to take on Coastal Carolina, ranked on ranked, undefeated on undefeated, 9-0, 9-0. College game day will be there. Phil, did you ever think we'd be hyping BYU at Coastal Carolina? But here we are. Okay, so BYU trying to prove it belongs. They're going to travel across the country to Conway, South Carolina, Coastal Carolina, that ugly green field. What do we think, Phil? Who's the real contender?
Well, I tell you what, if BYU passes this test, they're really going to show something, because Coastal Carolina runs basically an option offense with the passing thrown in, and Grayson McCall's been great throwing the ball. He's hitting 67% with 20 touchdowns and just 1 interception. But they're a team that runs the option offense, 222 yards per game, 5.1 yards per carry. They're 7-2 against the spread. But BYU's only not covered 1 game this year. They're 9-1. They know they need to take care of business in these games to move up. And I think if BYU passes this test, which I believe they will, then look out. Overall, Coastal Carolina's probably got a little more speed. BYU's got a large size advantage. Offensive line, defensive line. Zach Wilson, to me, is a first-round draft pick at quarterback. So I think BYU's the better team, capable of passing the test. I'm a little surprised the opening line opened up, though, around 10 because I had BYU winning the game by about 10.
Phil Steele, before you go, out of obligation, I will ask about Alabama visiting LSU. Phil, a 29.5-point spread, which has just climbed all week. Is this has to be the biggest spread on record in an LSU-Alabama game? Do you have any top-of-mind history on that?
I can look at the last 43 years at a glance, and I'm looking for LSU being a big dog, and I'm not seeing anything. I'll keep looking as I talk about the game a little bit, but it's an impressive Alabama team. You look at Alabama. LSU was a 27.5-point favorite in 1991 when they hosted Florida State, or 27.5-point dog. Did you know that?
Yeah, so that was the Curly Holman era. So that was the last time they were this big of an underdog. Was when Florida State came in 91.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they took on number 1 Florida on the road in 1994 and were a 26.5-point underdog in that one. A 20-point dog to Alabama in 1999. Number 12, Alabama.
And that was a close ball game. That was the second to last game Jerry DiNardo ever coached. And that was a maybe 17-13 type game, something
23-17.
23-17.
Yeah, Matt.
Well, Josh Booty went airborne to try to score as time was expiring. He got helicoptered in the air. But anyway, those were not great LSU days. Jerry DiNardo would be fired a week later after they lost at home to Houston.
And not seeing, of course, anything recently of that type of spread. So those would be the biggest spreads that I see for LSU. I've got in front of me on philsteele.com, you can get the records for every team back to 1976. So that takes you back to 1976 on each team for the biggest spreads. But, where is Bama's weakness is my question to you, Matt. You look at the offensive line, probably the best in the country. Running back, Najee Harris, one of the best in the country. Mac Jones, if you held up a piece of paper over the quarterback spot and just looked at the way the passes were going downfield, you'd think that Tua was back there throwing the football. And receiving core, even without Waddle, they're one of the best. The defense, they're allowing 257 yards per game the last 4 games, holding opponents to 99 yards below their season average. I don't know. Is there a revenge factor involved in this at all, Matt, do you think? I have to think.
As much as they'll never say it publicly because of who their coach is, you're damn right there is.
And especially the way LSU was talking as they came off the field last year to the Alabama recruits that were there and things like that. Yeah, I think that if Alabama has a chance to maybe touch a little touchdown on at the end of the game, they might do so.
Well, I wanted to just stop you at some point during the middle of that, but I think we all get it. But Phil, do you think this is a massive number? Do you think Alabama covers that number?
If I'm going to play the game, which I'm not,
me either.
I would play Alabama just for that revenge factor. And I think Alabama has looked like the best team in the country. They just took on a rival in Auburn. They were minus 29, or they won the game by 29. I think they're capable of beating a lot of teams in the country by large margins.
Yeah. Phil Steele on Twitter at PhilSteele042, PhilSteele.com. Phil, tell them everywhere and the best place to go get all your content.
Well, I appreciate that, Matt. Up right now on PhilSteele.com. You can check out the Phil Steele Plus Tour with selections. You get free plays. Give you a whole bunch of games, a whole bunch of analysis on games for the upcoming weekend. It's absolutely free. Just go to PhilSteele.com. It's on YouTube, so check out the YouTube. And that's the Phil Steele Plus Tour with selections. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's at PhilSteele042. That's at PhilSteele042.
He is Phil Steele, PhilSteele.com, STEELE, PhilSteele.com. Phil, you're the best. We appreciate you as always. Enjoy the weekend.
All right, you enjoy the weekend as well, Matt. Have a good one, my friend.
Thank you, Phil. Phil and all of our guests here on AFR receive a gift from Dead Soxy. The new standard in premium dress socks is Dead Soxy. As a matter of fact, get me, Paulie. Got mine on right now. Game may not go how we hope. I got my P and my G's on right now. If you want the purple with the gold stripe, the purple with the gold polka dots, they've got the tiger stripe socks. They've got all of your purple and gold socks. If you want them, you can get them right now at deadsoxy.com. And right now, they have a discount code HOLIDAY PRO for 35% off. Our regular code is 30% off. This is 35% off. So get to deadsoxy.com, SOXY, deadsoxy.com. Use the promo code HOLIDAYPRO. It's right there at the top of the website. You'll see it, Holiday Pro, one word, all caps. And you can get your favorite socks right now at Dead Soxy. Buy a bundle, buy a single pair, buy for the person in your life that you never know what to find, what to look for. But, man, you want that creative gift, deadsoxy.com. They're amazing. They come with that patented technology. They will not slip. It's like a magic trick. Your socks will stay up all day. It's not cutting off your circulation. They have these particles on top of the sock, on the inside, these sort of silicone balls that adhere and create friction with your leg, and so you're just never going to see your socks slip. It's incredible. Check them out at deadsoxy.com, SOXY, deadsoxy.com. Promo code HOLIDAYPRO to save 35% off. There's a banner that drops down on the top of the homepage. You'll see that promo code HOLIDAYPRO. So get there, check it out right now at deadsoxy.com. Okay, it's after further review. We'll go around the SEC. Jay Ducote in studio in about 15 minutes. Theriot, 30 minutes from right now. It's Football Friday edition of AFR. Stick around.
AFR.
Love telling you about our friends at River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. And so many times I get to tell you about these amazing experiences that our listeners have with River City's 1 Hour Air. Like Margaret Knox, who posted this on Facebook, said, I called. They had a tech in the area. He was here within 10 to 15 minutes. Did a diagnostic, explained exactly what was going on, what it would take to fix, breakdown of the cost. She said, since I'm using my home warranty, he wrote everything up just like they needed. Didn't mind a bit. He was very nice and courteous, fit in just like family. I'd recommend River City's 1 Hour Air and Heating to anyone, and definitely Cody Rogers, the technician. Cody Rogers. Remember, every time you call River City's 1 Hour Air, you'll get a text with a picture, name, and reviews of that technician coming to your house, so you'll always know who's coming around your home and your family. It's River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments.
As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 19...
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Okay, injury report for Friday. Saints-Falcons has been published. There is not great news for the Saints as they're heading on the road to Atlanta. As we assume, Marquez Callaway would be out, as is Marcus Davenport. So Davenport practiced on Wednesday and then did not practice Thursday because of that concussion. He has been ruled out. So no Callaway, no Davenport. Janoris Jenkins also ruled out with a knee injury. So in a game where Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, man, you would love to have Janoris Jenkins and Marshawn Lattimore. You're at least going to be down, obviously, one. Now, we don't know about Julio Jones. I'll get to Atlanta's portion of the injury report in a minute. Ty Montgomery also ruled out. Deontay Harris with his neck injury has not practiced this week, and he's listed officially as questionable, as is Patrick Robinson. So P-Rob is dealing with a hamstring injury. He practiced Wednesday, Thursday, but then was limited today and is listed as questionable. So we saw this earlier in the season when you had an injury to Lattimore and P-Rob stepped in and played very well. Now Jenkins is out, but P-Rob is questionable. So you've got two of your top three cornerbacks, one out, one questionable, against a team that just scored 43 points against the Raiders. Andrus Peat is the good news. He's been a full participant all week. He suffered the concussion, caused him to miss last week. He's back. Teron Armstead still on the COVID list. He is going to be out for this game, very likely. Kamara and Michael Thomas both practiced fully on Friday after being limited. Clearly, that's just the Saints being cautious with their offensive stars early in the week to make sure they're as close to full as can be for the game on Sunday. Now, for the Falcons, on their injury report, obviously the offensive players are going to be interesting. James Carpenter, their offensive guard, he has been listed as out with a groin injury. Alex Mack held out for the non-injured list, but just giving him a day of rest. But he practiced on Friday after not practicing on Thursday. So expect Mack to be there. Others that are questionable, Kendall Sheffield, their cornerback, Dante Fowler, Julio Jones, after not practicing Thursday, limited Friday, listed officially as questionable, as is Todd Gurley. Same, did not practice Thursday, limited Friday, questionable. So I would assume both of them give it a go. How effective they are remains to be seen. But with the Saints down, both Janoris Jenkins and possibly Patrick Robinson, man, if Julio is limited or unavailable, that is just a massive plus for the Saints. And you hate to see star players injured. I mean, I'm not rooting for guys to be hurt and unable to play, but you want as level a playing field as you can get. And for New Orleans, as we've talked about, this whole stretch without Drew Brees is about stockpiling wins against sub-500 teams. You did it once against Atlanta. You did it last week at Denver. Got Atlanta this week, then Philly. This is all about stockpiling wins, maintaining your status atop the NFC for when Drew Brees comes back so you can make that run hopefully to the 1 seed, get a bye, home field advantage, and then make a run to the Super Bowl. But you got to take care of business in these games because you understand you still have Kansas City ahead and Minnesota ahead. And while Minnesota isn't a great football team this year, they've been a thorn in your side. So see if the Saints can go on the road this week, where they're just a 3-point road favorite, but see if they can go and maybe have the running game and the defense pace them to a win again this Sunday in Atlanta. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad to have you hanging out with us here on a Friday edition, brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door, siding, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Got to see my buddy Brandon Holly last night. After the show ended, went over to Ruffino's. Of course, they were honoring Ruffin and had the great gift card special last night. So swung by there, saw Brandon and Adrian and their little daughter Rylan. And, man, they're just awesome people. They're so involved in the community, and they'll do right by you. If you need windows, doors, or siding, whether it's just time because those windows are rotted or it's time to replace that door, maybe you want to make your home more safer and more energy efficient. Hardy plank or vinyl siding is a great option, and all of their work comes with a lifetime warranty, labor, material, and glass breakage. That's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, door, siding, Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, presented by Gulf Coast Office Products, excellence in imaging solutions. The Ole Miss Rebels.
All right, Muso is going to do the honors today on Around the SEC. Take it, Muse.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
4-star quarterback Luke Altmaier committed to Ole Miss today. The commitment comes less than a week after Luke decommitted from Florida State. Altmaier is rated as the 4th best player in the state of Mississippi and the number 13 pro-style quarterback in the country per 247 Sports Composite rankings.
Lane Kiffin.
Altmaier picked Ole Miss over offers from the aforementioned Florida State, Alabama, LSU, and others. And this is interesting. He's the highest-rated Mississippi high school quarterback since LSU quarterback Miles Brennan in 2017.
Never
the
heard of him.
commitment gives the Rebels 12 for the class of 2021.
Never heard of him. Can't be any good. Never heard of him.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Senior center
Lane
Trey
Kiffin.
Hill is expected to miss the rest of the season after undergoing arthroscopic surgery to repair minor injuries in both knees. Hill, a preseason All-SEC honoree, started 22 straight games at centers for the Bulldogs and was just rated Pro Football Focus's top interior lineman after the win over South Carolina. Georgia can now turn to sophomore guard Warren Erickson, who started the 2019 Sugar Bowl versus Baylor at center.
Never heard of
Or
him. Can't be any good.
true freshman Cedric Van Pran, the top center prospect of the 2020
I've heard of him.
class.
He's from Warren Easton, New Orleans. LSU wanted him bad. Didn't come here.
They could probably use him.
Went to Georgia. Yeah, no kidding, right?
Probably use him.
Ugh.
A little bit, maybe.
No worries. Got 5 wide receivers committed.
Love it.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
Basketball note here. The Vols game versus UT Martin set for next Wednesday. Yeah, it's been canceled. Positive COVID test in the UT Martin program. The game was just added to the schedule on December 1st and was to serve as Tennessee's season opener because the Vols canceled their first 4 games of the season and stopped activities on November 23rd because of COVID cases in their own program, including head coach Rick Barnes. Tennessee said in a statement that they are actively seeking an opponent for next week.
The Florida Gators.
And Florida's men's basketball team improved to 2-0 last night after a 90-70 win over Boston College.
Whatever, they stink.
Keontae Johnson contributed 24 points and 12 rebounds.
Stinks.
He doesn't stink.
He does stink.
Unfortunately, LSU and LSU fans know that all too well.
Shut
While
up,
sophomore
Musso.
guard Trey Mann
Don't really
scored
shut up, because then there would be silence. You know what I mean?
17 points. Florida led by 20 at the half, would build the lead as big as 31 in the blowout win. The Gators return to the floor on Sunday for their home opener versus Stetson. That is around the SEC.
Presented by Gulf Coast Office Products. Shout out to our guy Trey Beal and our friends at Gulf Coast Office Products online, gcopnet.com, gcopnet.com for Gulf Coast Office Products. Mason Smith and Sage Ryan are going to be in town this weekend. We can agree this season sucks. Okay, let's just agree with that. Can we, please? Can we all just agree?
I agree with that.
They're 3-4. This isn't going to go well this weekend. No. Probably not going to go next weekend in Gainesville. Yeah. Got a shot against Ole Miss, I think.
That's fair.
People have said often, hey, is this the Chizik 2.0? And the thing that I've said time and again is it's not, because Ed's recruiting. He's got the number one, just by rivals, by the way, the number one player in the country in Mason Smith on campus this weekend. And Sage Ryan, the committed 5-star safety from Lafayette Christian, on campus this weekend. Y'all, if you have Twitter, Instagram, whatever, trust me when I tell you these kids want love. Go blow them up. Blow them up. The way that this program saves itself is in this recruiting class and by getting current Tigers to return for next year. Go shower them with love and admiration. Tell them how badly you want them. Like, I mean, if you're a fan, be a fan. Just go be a fan on social media. Go, trust me. Mason Smith, Sage Ryan, Corey Foreman, all y'all. Come on, Tristan Lee, come on down, all y'all. They've cleared space in the class for all y'all. Come on down. Shout them out, y'all. Get them on Twitter, shout them out, let them know. Let them know you love them. If you're a business owner and you have a sign out front of your building, welcome Mason Smith and Sage Ryan to Baton Rouge this weekend. Trust me, do it. Show them a lot of love. All right, Jay Ducote, we're going to talk food and booze next. AFR.
AFR.
Speaking of food and booze, how about Ichiban? Essen near Perkins, voted by you the best sushi in the Best of 225 awards. Right, you know where they are. Right at the corner of Essen and Perkins, the Ichiban Square Shopping Center faces Perkins. You can enter from Essen as well, and you cannot miss it. It is a gorgeous metal Japanese tree sculpture out front. When you walk through that arched entryway and those double doors, you're greeted with the ambiance of dark, sultry wood and marble. You look to your right, and you see the bar area with a floor-to-ceiling transparent glass wine cellar. You sit at the bar, you see that length of the bar ice slab where you can order your draft beer or your cocktail and put it on that ice slab so your drink remains the same temperature first sip to last. We haven't even started talking about the menu yet. It's at Ichiban, the best sushi and hibachi in the Best of 225, and now open from our friends at Ichiban, Boru Ramen, authentic Japanese ramen, Electric Depot on Government.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Toyotathon is happening right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Get into a 20 Camry for $297 a month. Come on down to Happy Town for Toyotathon. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank & Trust, the bank that cares about you.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
$10,000 off MSRP on a new 2020 Ford F-150 XLT. Buy a new one for less than a used one. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. And with Bayou to You, free delivery right to your door. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. At LSU, we play hard, but we tailgate harder. Light your burner. Fire up the grill. It's time for our Football Fridays tailgate recipe of the week with celebrity chef Jay Ducote.
I was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I really learned how to cook tailgating for LSU football.
Of BiteandBooze.com.
There's whole pigs cooking in Cajun microwaves and big cast iron pots of gumbo and jambalaya and red beans and rice and these amazing South Louisiana dishes. That's how I learned how to cook.
All right, tailgate segment presented by Chris's Specialty Foods. Jay Ducote, Tressie Linedecker, both in studio. How are y'all?
Doing well, Matt.
Tressie?
Good, great.
Good. This is like a weekly thing now. I'm loving seeing you every week. Normally I see you Normally I see you every year for the Dreams Come True telethon that we do, the radiothon. But this is great. It's like every Friday. Get to hang out with Tressie for a few minutes. So welcome back to you.
Thank you.
How's things at Government Taco?
Slamming.
Yeah?
It's been great. Really just a phenomenal response. Opening month was tremendous, and now we're moving into month 2 of Government Taco being back open, and it's really been a whirlwind, and I'm not sleeping that much, but it's been fun. I get to eat a lot of tacos.
On Government Street near Jefferson, the standalone Government Taco is now open. Of course, our tailgate segment with Jay, which we've done, this is year 3 or 4.
Yeah, 4, I think.
4. And we always give you a tailgate recipe, and our friends at Chris's Specialty Foods have jumped aboard to sponsor. This made it so easy because you'll have everything, Tressie. So we always eat the competition. Nobody's eating an elephant, right, when you eat Alabama. So what are we eating tomorrow? Because let's be honest. LSU's a 30-point dog in this game, which is like mind-boggling to think.
That's insane.
So people, if you're like, might as well just eat and drink around the game. If it's going to be with your close family, extended, whatever kind of party you might be having for the game. Like, Chris always has options. So what are we doing tomorrow for the game?
Yeah, so today I brought just a variety of things. I brought one of our stuffed pork tenderloins, which is really, really good.
What?
So again, we take
Y'all
that
stuff everything.
We do. We do.
Like you
take a meat, stuff it inside another meat.
Like the first time you came in, Tressie did the turducken. So it's like turkey duck chicken. Like you had a stuffed brisket. Oh my God, that's right. It was like a boudin stuffed something, or like you stuffed king cake, by the way, which is crazy. All right, anyway, so a stuffed pork tenderloin.
Yeah, so we take the pork tenderloin, again, kind of like the brisket, just lay it out. This one is stuffed with pepper jack and jalapeno, and then we wrap it, and we put a bacon bow on everything. So that's always good to throw on the pit. Also brought a crawfish stuffed chicken. That's great to put on the pit as well, or just bake it in the oven. And then, of course, just a variety of boudins and sausages. I think it's going to be great weather, so put some stuff on the pit, watch the game. Take LSU with the points again.
You were, by the way, how about that? Tressie texted me because last week she was in here and she said, I like LSU and the points. And how about that? You texted me during the game. You're like, yeah, I don't think it's looking so good. And then they get the backdoor cover. So, like, I'm telling you, man, we might have, like, go challenge Jimmy out because his picks stink. His pick last night stunk. He was 0-2 last night. So you like LSU and the points, huh?
I am. That's a lot of points for LSU. I'm going with emotion this time instead of head, and I'm going to take LSU.
30 is 29 right now. I'll ask about the game from you in a second, Jay, but give me a pairing. If I'm going to do something like bacon wrapped stuffed pork, like what did you say? What did you say that was again? A stuffed pork tenderloin?
Yeah, this one has jalapeno and cream cheese.
Jalapeno cream cheese wrapped in bacon. What am I drinking with that? Like, there's a bottle of red in there.
Yeah,
what am I
so
drinking?
I think a bottle of red's a good way to go. A little Pinot Noir is the right wine to pair with that sort of smoky pork dish with the little spice in there too. The red wine will hold up to it, but if you go like Cab or Malbec or something like that, you're going to overpower it. So Pinot Noir is a great way to go. Also, quite a few whiskeys out there that would pair well with it. A wheated bourbon would probably be pretty nice. with that pork dish. If you go rye, maybe you're going to get a little bit too much of that spice, but it might work with the jalapeno pretty well. So Sazerac rye actually could be a good choice, or just drink a Sazerac with it. That's a
Sazerac cocktail, always a great option as well. So by the way, ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com, it's a website, back-to-back S's, ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com. Taking orders for the holidays right now?
We are. So you can go online, or you can call our Millerville location, and you can place an order. Right now, during the Christmas holidays, our gift boxes are huge. There's a lot of corporate companies that give steak boxes and meals to their families, employees, and customers.
Look at that. That's awesome. I'm looking at these right now. So you have a great variety. I mean, starting, what is that, as low as $39.99? That's amazing. So starting as low there, and you said you can mix and match?
We can. You can do anything. We have like 3 or 4 different pre-made boxes that we think are great, but you can pick and choose anything you want.
Tressie Linedecker, Jay Ducote in studio, ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com, ChrisSpecialtyFoods.com, Millerville, Airline Highway in Prairieville, the Lakeview location, New Orleans, of course, Frisco, Texas as well. All right, I got 15 seconds.
Yeah, get your Calandro's Rare Whiskey raffle tickets until December 10th. I was over at Calandro's yesterday. Awesome stuff. I got my tickets. Get yours at either location of Calandro's. Score.
We're out of time.
LSU loses by 20.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by GMFS Mortgage and GMFSmortgage.com. We really need to allocate a lot of time for the game, did we?
No, we did that well.
It's okay. It's fine. I'd rather talk about booze. I'd rather talk about these awesome gift boxes.
And changing lives.
And I'd rather talk about GMFS, who is in fact changing lives. GMFSmortgage.com, GMFSmortgage.com. Changing lives since 1999 for more than 20 years now. And what we're talking about is changing your life financially. So you call a local loan officer at GMFS Mortgage and see if you're a candidate to refinance your mortgage. There have literally been people who have bought or built their home in the last 2 years that have done amazing with refinancing their mortgage right now because of these historic low rates. People whose interest rates were above a 4 are getting now sometimes in the high 2s. It's incredible. What if you could save $200, $300, $400 a month on your mortgage and then thousands over the life of your mortgage? GMFSmortgage.com. GMFSmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage. Changing lives.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but 2 NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4 kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Callahan Injury Lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Ohio State assistant head coach Larry Johnson will be in charge of the team. The number 4 Buckeyes will play at Michigan State tomorrow. Ryan Day won't make the trip after testing positive for COVID-19 last week. The unbeaten Pittsburgh Steelers host Washington on Monday. Would it be easier on the Steelers down the road if they didn't have the pressure of staying perfect? ESPN's Ryan Clark.
Hell no. Hell no. Ever. No. You don't ever want to lose. That's never how you go into a game. Now, was the focus to be perfect? Absolutely not. The focus was to win the AFC North, look to get a bye in the playoffs, be the AFC champion, and win the Super Bowl.
Ryan Clark on Get Up. The Browns activate linebacker Sione Takitaki from the COVID-19 reserve list. The Browns play the Titans in Nashville Sunday. Both teams are 8-3. The NHL is hoping to start the new season in mid-January with a reduced schedule of either 52 or 56 games. The two sides still have to agree on financial issues before the schedule is set.
With thousands of locally owned Napa stores across the nation, chances are that wherever you call home, they do too. So whether you stop by a local Napa Auto Parts store, Napa Auto Care Center, or visit Napa online, you can count on Napa know-how.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right. Boy, yeah, they call him the Riot. Born and raised in the swamps, on the fight like a tiger. He going beast mode, baby, he a beast though. What you think he supposed to do? You picture better reload. Get the point.
After further review, the Riot Radio Hour with Matt Moscona and Ryan Theriot.
Here comes Theriot. The throw, not in time. Scudero delivers and the Giants lead 4-3 in the 10th.
104.5, 104.9 ESPN Baton Rouge, 100.3 ESPN New Orleans.
This is legit, dude. Check me out. I got camo paint on my face.
Ryan Theriot hitless in 4 at-bats.
When it's 20 degrees, Matt, and you're sitting in a deer stand, it's freezing cold. You need a beanie on your head.
Our weekly visit with Ryan Theriot is brought to you by Bowie Outfitters. Bowie Outfitters, your home for everything outdoors.
Hour 2, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
You suck. We're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. Yo, bruh.
Yo, I gotta take my jacket off for that.
A little hot?
That was a little too much.
A little too much?
Yeah.
You got that blood flowing, got a little too hot?
Normally freezing in here.
It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes.
That's better.
I am getting so hot. take my clothes off. Is that good?
That was good.
You
That was good. Do it again.
You don't really mean that.
No, it was good. Do it
No,
again.
not doing it. How's your week?
Week's been good. Week's been very productive.
It's been a few weeks since we've done this.
Has
3
it?
weeks, as a matter of fact.
No.
You've been gone the last 2 weeks. You were sick.
I was.
And then last week, you just forgot that your kid had a high school football game. I mean, whatever.
Well, he's got one tonight too, and I'm sacrificing.
Are you really? Why aren't you there?
Well, because I gotta be here.
Oh, come
I gotta
on,
be
kid,
here.
You're not going to be at Houston's game.
I gotta be here. You told me last week I had to be here. You made me feel
that is
bad.
not true.
The audience was crushing me.
No. What's bad is
He's
when
so sad and upset
when
too
you
that I'm not there.
text me at noon on a Friday, and you're like, "Bro, I forgot Houston has a football game." That sucks.
Yeah.
3 hours before showtime, that sucks. But if you were a responsible parent and you knew, the Friday before that your kid was going to have a playoff game, you're like, hey, Houston's going to have a playoff game next Friday. No worries. Got a week to plan. We're good.
You know what sucks?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what sucks.
What sucks?
Musso, I know you probably feel this too. Paul, this is what sucks is when you're at maybe the biggest football game of your life.
Yeah.
And you look up in the stands to see your dad there.
Yeah.
And he's not there.
Man, I believe it.
And he's not there because,
it.
because he's got obligations and he's got to miss. So, I'm here. I feel bad about the whole situation.
Why would they feel that? Neither of them have
No,
children.
but they understand.
No,
the
they don't
feeling.
understand. They don't have kids.
They get it. Musso knows what I'm saying.
Musso, do you understand as a parent? Do you understand this as a parent?
He feels it.
No, but as a kid,
As a parent, you don't get it.
My dad wasn't
Paulie,
there.
as a parent, Paulie, you get this as a parent.
As a child.
As a parent, you get it as a parent. As a parent,
child, they get it, man.
Yeah, as a parent,
they get it.
I don't need this. No, you know what? How about this? Hey guys, both of you who are in media, what if somebody 3 hours before the show they're supposed to be on calls you and says, "Hey, bro, my bad. I forgot I can't be there today." How would that feel?
That would also suck.
Yeah,
it would suck.
That
sucks
yeah,
as well.
yeah, right.
And that's
Okay.
why I'm here.
Okay.
And that's why I'm here today.
All right, good.
My poor child. I guess I'm about to get him a couple extra gifts for Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah, you should do that.
They're missing the game. But speaking of,
Who are they playing? Who are they playing?
We got who is it? The team out of Laplace. Is it St. Charles?
St. Charles Catholic?
Yeah.
The Comets.
I guess.
Okay.
I'm not there. I couldn't go.
You can go
because of this.
No. You don't get to put that on me. No. You don't get to put that on me.
I couldn't do it.
No. You don't get to. I've told you a million times. Go be dad. Do you? It's all good. I can handle this. We can always make do. We had this conversation several weeks back. We're like, hey, look, Houston's going to start getting into baseball and football on Fridays. What do we do? Can we move up? I was like, yeah, man, of course we'll make it work. Let's just plan. Of course we'll make it work. We'll always make it work. You got to go be dad. Being dad, of course, is way more important. This will always be more important than this. A million times that's more important than this.
Poor kid.
Whatever.
It's been a good week. It's been a productive week for me.
Stupid.
Back to
That's so stupid.
Back to your initial question. December 1st for me kicks off the Christmas season. It's now it's time to start shopping and planning and
December 1?
December 1 is
Why
when it
not
starts
Black
for
Friday?
Me. December 1 is when it starts.
Okay.
I like that's.
Interesting.
I mean, we'll start we started decorating the house Black Friday, and that's generally like a 2-week process for us. Getting things down out of the attic and all that. So,
takes you 2 weeks to get stuff out the attic?
Coach, it's serious.
Erica's got 14 Christmas boxes. She has them labeled. Christmas 1 of 14, 2 of 14, 3 of 14.
She's got it. I could see that.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
Our house is a winter wonderland.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So I've started kind of the shopping process, and I had a couple thoughts. I wanted to put it down on paper and just go ahead and get it out there for my letter this week that pertains to that. So I thought this might be interesting for the people to hear. So
okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Dear Christmas shopper that was done shopping on Black Friday and brags about it. You've basically flipped the bird to Christmas. Well, you know somebody like that. Don't lie.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. But you know what's really tough is if you're ordering stuff online this year, you better be on it. Because that stuff might not be in.
That's right. You'll be getting things New Year's. You've basically flipped the bird to Christmas. You may think that getting your shopping done early means you'll be able to enjoy the Christmas season. That's what they tell me. But you're wrong.
Mm-mm.
You may also think that because you bought all of your gifts during the Black Friday sales event, that you got better deals than the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, Karen. Rushing from store to store to try and find the Tickle Me Elmo doll is one of the best Christmas memories of my life.
Oh, okay. Elmo's not even a thing anymore.
Yep.
Tickle Me Elmo, nobody wants that anymore. That was that was huge.
It
back then. Was that 98, 99? When was that?
No, it was later. Next was my kids, but like 05, 06, so yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh, Coach, I did it.
I'm not saying you didn't get it, but I'm saying that wasn't when it was
like when the doll came out. It was, oh yeah. Staying up till 2 a.m. on Christmas Eve.
1996.
Putting together, what was that for the doll?
When Tickle Me Elmo dropped the first time. I'm not saying it wasn't when your kids were,
05,
but I'm saying
06, let me tell you something.
The 96 Elmo craze. Tickle Me Elmo released July 96 with a supply of 400,000 units. The dolls sold well and remained widely available in stores until the day after Thanksgiving when they suddenly sold out.
Well, they must have had a second release because I freaking ran around town like an idiot trying to buy this thing.
Somebody paid $7,100 for a Tickle Me Elmo in Denver in 96.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, my God.
Staying up till 2 a.m. on Christmas Eve, putting together a basketball goal at my house with my brothers and old Trey Duncan is a time that I will never forget. We drank exactly 100 beers, and the goal was on backwards. It was like it wasn't a cheap goal either, Musso. It was the big real glass one.
Oh yeah.
It was backwards.
Did you ever?
The hoop was up top, and it was supposed to be down here.
Did you ever have the goal that was like, it wasn't the fiberglass backboard. It was like, I don't know, like a thick like cardboard. It wasn't transparent. You know what I mean? We had one of those, and then when it rained so much, it got soft and wet, and then ultimately we're shooting shots.
Just going through. It's like loose leaf paper.
Chunk off the corner.
That's so bad. Jody, that was wrong. Why'd you buy that?
So we were poor. Are you kidding me?
Brutal. You got some construction paper up there.
That's what we had. Oh, man. It's like a thing when when you don't have means, like you don't think of it as a kid, you're pumped for what you have.
Yeah.
But like when you think back of it, I'm like, we had a backboard that you could shoot the ball and the backboard would break off.
They just break off. They can go right through it.
I swear to
It's
God,
not a backboard.
I'm not lying.
It's not a backboard.
I swear to God, it would get dry rot. You could shoot the ball and it would break off.
You just go right through it. That's so good.
I lost track of your story. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Karen,
it's not, but
I'm talking to Karen, and it's good.
Okay.
It's good. While you bake Christmas cookies and sip eggnog watching It's a Wonderful Life, the rest of us will be running the roads, making sure everyone on our list got exactly what they want. And that, my friend, is Christmas. That's it. Sweetheart, they only do that in the movies. Nobody is that prepared. You can't be finished by Christmas 1. You're probably the person that read ahead during your classes just to make sure you're the smartest person in the room. You definitely laid out your outfits for the entire week on Sunday night. And I bet you go to Shawbill's 500 miles before the little sticker says you need an oil change. You probably call Dr. Howell over at Aesthetic Medicine Anti-Aging Clinics before you get wrinkles to get Botox. Your preparedness makes me sick. You are basically a Scrooge. You gloat about how you're done shopping and can now enjoy all that the Christmas season has to offer, but you're the only person who knows what there is to offer, as everyone else is running around like chickens with their heads cut off, buying chocolate-covered cherries, PS5 games, and Yule logs to fill out their list. Speaking of Yule logs, this is not about Karen. This is really just a general statement here. If you're that person that thinks a fruitcake or a Yule log is a decent gift, you can kick rocks.
kick rocks.
I'd rather Matt punch me in the stomach than have to eat a fruitcake. Whoever decided that should be sold at Christmas is stupid. Let me teach you guys a little something. You can learn all you need to know about how good a gift is, depending on its availability.
Okay.
On Christmas Eve, you can find a wide assortment of fruitcakes all around town. They're everywhere. You want to know why?
Nobody wants them.
Because they suck.
It's not good.
Toilet paper.
Tickle Me Elmo sold out.
So toilet paper, on the other hand, I'm teaching here.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Okay.
I'm buying all my close friends one roll of the softest TP that money can buy.
Okay.
The gift of a clean, smooth wipe is a gift that keeps on giving. Just a few Christmas thoughts I have early on in the season. I hope you guys enjoy. Sincerely, Ryan.
Okay. Shout out to John Theriot, who apparently is the real superstar in the Theriot household. John Theriot informed us Tickle Me Elmo had a 10-year special edition in 2006. So 06.
That was the year, man.
So were the girls born yet?
That was Houston.
No, Houston was just a baby.
That was Houston. He was one.
So you were getting a Tickle Me Elmo for your 1-year-old? He knew what Tickle Me Elmo, or you just had to get it?
I had to get it.
Oh, got it.
New parent, first kid.
Okay, got it.
A hot gift.
06.
Like, I got a hot. He's going to have a
so
terrible
Houston's
Christmas.
15.
Yeah.
So Houston was born in 05?
Mm-hmm.
So Houston was a year old.
Wow. Yeah.
But Houston's almost 16.
In May. Yeah, buy him a car.
And Macy's 14? Or 14?
13.
13? And Georgia's 12?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. When did your kids get so old?
I wish they'd stop.
I know. Golly. I saw a picture yesterday of you on the field at Tiger Stadium. I'm going to pull this thing up. It was a picture, it was a Throwback Thursday picture of you on the field at Tiger Stadium. I guess this had to be 2012. It had to be 11 or 12, right?
I think it was my hair was super long.
There it is. Look, there's the picture. So here's the picture of you on the field at Tiger Stadium. This was a Throwback Thursday picture. And there's you on the field at Tiger Stadium with Jonna and Houston and the girls. Look how little they are.
I know. Look at him. Look at Macy. Look at Macy. Look how happy she is. She's like, go, Daddy. She still does that, like I'll walk in, she's like, Dad, you are so good on the show today.
You are so good on the show today.
I'm like, thanks, Mace.
Anyway, but look how little they were.
I know.
Big they are now.
That's 2012.
That's 12. So it's 8 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Man.
Still got that shirt. Look at my hair. What do you think, Moose?
So they're 7'6", the kids are 7'6" right there?
Yeah.
Plus Flo.
Show Flo.
Flow.
He just won a World Series.
He did.
Just won a World Series. Was this the Bama game?
That's
in
Bama.
12?
That's got to be Bama.
This was Bama in 2. Oh, this was this was Yeldon.
God.
That was Yeldon.
I was
that
there.
Was.
I don't know that was Bama. I think did I miss
South Carolina, maybe?
It's late because we won the World Series.
South Carolina was earlier.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got to be.
South Carolina was after they lost to Florida in the hammer and nail game. That was the Clowney,
Connor Shaw,
Taylor
Adam Moore was on
little
my
game.
team.
Oh, man. Okay.
He used to want to tickle me Elmo. Now he just wants some shoes. It's not that fun, man, when they get older.
You think Houston wants some Dead Soxy? Would he like that?
He would.
Be a good gift?
It would. Now, I mean,
I'm gonna give Houston some Dead Soxy. Would that be a cool gift, or would it be like, Mr. Matt gave me socks? What do you think?
Yeah, it'd be
socks. I'll give him something better.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a
Sazerac.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Carriages in Bocage. CarriagesBR.com. CarriagesBR.com. Voted by you the best men's clothier in the Best of 225 awards. My goodness, what an amazing time to get by and see our friends at Carriages in Bocage. You want a quarter zip?
Yep.
Gotcha. You want a vest?
I like vests.
Gotcha. Want a dress shirt?
I like those too.
Gotcha. What about a jacket from Billy Reed or a
sport coat?
An overnight bag from Moore and Giles?
Ooh, I like that.
Gotcha. Flannel?
Mm-hmm.
Faraday brand. Gotcha. What about you need outerwear?
Like a bomber?
Jacket from Barber? Nobody better. Nobody better. They've got them at Carriages in Bocage. Peter Millar quarter zips, sweaters, many different colors, all your winter flair. They've got it at Carriages in Bocage. Online, carriagesbr.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Hello?
What's up, E? What you doing?
Chilling at the office working. You?
Hanging at the job site. Chilling.
Roof's up?
Hey, Greg, roof up? Roof's up. Roof's up.
Roof's up.
Roof's up?
Roof's up.
Roof's up! Roof's up! Beautiful roof every single time.
True. True.
I'm feeling good. So good. I just thought you should know.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more,
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
We have successfully made it 22 minutes into this hour without really mentioning LSU, Alabama. Although we did mention 2012 when you were honored on the field after winning the World Series. And that was the TJ Yeldon game. Broke our heart. Had Phil Steele in hour one, and he referenced a couple of games that were the largest. He said his index at philsteele.com, you could look at point spreads dating back 40, I think he said 47 years. So this is the largest point spread on record for an LSU game, where LSU is the largest underdog in the last 47 years. It's incredible. I mean, there was, he mentioned 1994 against Florida, 1991 Florida State. He mentioned a game. Do you remember the year? It was a game in the 70s against Alabama. Do you remember it, Muse? Maybe you can go back into the list. I don't remember which year it was, but it was a game in the 70s he referenced where LSU was a 25, 26 point underdog against Alabama. I mean, it's like nobody really knows how to react this week because nobody's literally ever faced this. Certainly not in the last 20 years since LSU began its ascent under Nick Saban. And now to be a 30-point underdog is just, I don't know, man. I mean, you and I were doing the Riot podcast yesterday, and, we asked each other, and I know this isn't great for business, but we asked, when was the last time you were this disinterested in the game? And I asked you that question, and I said, let's give our answer. We gave it independent of each other. We didn't prep it.
We didn't talk about it.
And we both gave the same answer. It was November 6, 1999, when LSU played Alabama. LSU was in the midst of a 6-game losing streak. They're coming off a 4-7 year. They're on a 6-game losing streak. It was the second year of Lou Tepper. Yep. They played Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and they were a 20-point underdog in that game. And they damn near won it. I mean, Josh Booty went airborne and helicoptered at the goal line. It didn't get in, and LSU lost 23-17 in that ball game. But we both referenced the same thing. It's such an odd feeling, man, that we have LSU, Alabama, and LSU hasn't held up its end of the bargain this year, man. This is one of the best games in college football year in and year out, and it's just not this year.
I think the real odd feeling is, for me, is it was such a high, all-time high last year. It was like the culmination of all the hard work, and then everything clicked, and you got all these great players, and then undefeated season, and everybody's interested, and the city is buzzing, and, commerce is off the charts. Like, it was just, and then now, obviously it's been a crazy year for a lot of different things, but now when you look at it, it could not be any further from what it was last year at this point. And so, and that really sucks. Yeah. Do you think they give them a game, LSU? I mean, traditionally this has always been a close game. We talked about that on the podcast as well. I mean, can this team make it close? Could it be a challenge?
Yeah.
Can they? Will they?
No.
Will they? No, they won't. Okay.
We'll do picks later.
That sucks.
It does.
Yeah, that makes me sad.
Let's do Kick Rocks.
It's now time to Kick Rocks with Ryan Theriot.
Kick rocks.
Presented by Roto-Rooter Plumbing.
NBA can kick rocks because they're so dang sensitive.
What are you looking at? Kick Rocks.
As a matter of fact, the NFL can kick rocks too.
We've got rocks. You know what to do.
In that case, then Matt's going to have to kick rocks.
Now let's see if Ryan Theriot actually prepared for this week's segment.
I'm going to tell myself to kick rocks.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Can I do a hug first?
Yes.
Want to hug Memenem.
Okay.
Or Memenem.
You want to spell it or?
MEEEEEEEMNM.
Okay.
On Twitter.
Memenem.
She said, Matt, once again, listen to Ryan's letter. Your laugh is the best. And shout out to @Trey Duncan, my buddy.
Your laugh is a love or hate deal.
And then Big Dunk replied, what'd I miss?
Dunk's bellied up to a bar somewhere right now. Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's good. It's Friday.
Well, I want to shout out to Memenem because, as I've mentioned many times, laugh is not fake. It's just real and real annoying. But I appreciate her liking it, and for that, I followed her on Twitter.
I like that.
Memenem.
I don't like the name, but I like that.
Okay.
Emmanuel Duran, football player and wrestler at Edinburgh High School in South Texas. You know who else went to Edinburgh? You guys know?
No.
Who you got?
Saul Garza.
There it is. Saul Garza.
Same school?
Same high school, yeah.
Wow.
It was flagged for an unsportsmanlike penalty the other night. He gets ejected because of the unsportsmanlike flag. Referee throws him out of the game. Emmanuel didn't like that very much. Ran out on the field and attacked the referee. Referee's in the hospital still with concussion-like symptoms. Emmanuel, you can kick rocks. I don't understand how these kids have such a lack of respect for authority, but they do. And that was a terrible move on your part, man.
For those watching, here's the video. I mean,
you just destroyed the poor
kid
guy.
Get ejected. He comes off the sideline and just no helmet on, but still wearing shoulder pads and just blindsided the ref. Barrel rolled him. I mean, crazy. He was escorted out by police.
As he should be. Should have been arrested.
I would assume he was. I don't know. if he was. I haven't read up on the story to follow up today, but
Okay.
what are you doing, man?
Yeah, no, he's being an idiot, and he's got a terrible life ahead of him. Okay, here we go. The NFL can kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Repeat offender alert.
Yeah.
Josh Gordon's going to be reinstated.
Okay.
How many times are you going to reinstate the guy? How many times is he going to have to prove that he's going to break the rules? I'm all for second chances, Matt. I think people can change. But if you habitually show me that you're going to make the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and over and over. We're going to see it with Antonio Brown as well. He's going to do something else stupid. He's going to get suspended again. The NFL is going to let him back in. And that's why people are off the NFL, because they don't care. It's all about selling tickets for them. They're letting the guy back in, and they can kick rocks for that.
Can I
kick rocks?
One devil's advocate
please
item there? So the whole thing with Josh Gordon has been weed, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's been weed. Well, the CBA is changing, so if he's been reinstated and they're changing the CBA to lighten their weed penalties, I think a team might take a chance on him because there's less of a chance of him being...
Yeah, if it's weed. I read there was performance-enhancing stuff, so I don't know if that weed is considered performance. It may be. Who knows?
I thought it was just a weed issue.
Yeah.
Which is just becoming less and less of a policed thing.
Well, the NBA is not going to test for it next year.
Well, nobody should.
MLB doesn't test for it.
There's states where it's legal.
Sure.
And
yeah. I agree. I agree with that.
I feel so hypocritical as someone that really loves alcohol and loves certain vices like cigars or whatever. Like, why can I drink Sazerac, but so-and-so that likes to unwind at home and maybe smoke a joint? I just it's not my preference. I just don't have a problem with someone making that choice as long as they do it responsibly. That's all. Anyway, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You're familiar with Harry Carey, right?
I know.
Yeah, it's so good.
If you were starving and you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? I would.
It's so good.
Cover myself all in relish.
I had the wonderful experience of meeting Dutchie Carey, his widow, when I was in Chicago. Harry Carey was an announcer for the St. Louis Cardinals and the White Sox. Then he ended his career, and he's most widely known for singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" with the Cubs. And they had the thing at Wrigley Field.
Yeah. Died in 98? Did he die in 98, the year of the home run chase? It was the year he died. I'm pretty sure he died in 98. Because I think Sammy they all wore the Harry Carey patch on their jersey.
They did.
I think that was the year of the home run chase.
Well, Lynn Casper, voice of the Chicago Cubs, is now going from the Chicago Cubs to the Chicago White Sox.
Okay.
In a move that is unprecedented, other than the fact that when Harry went from White Sox to the Cubs, obviously it's a bitter rivalry, the crosstown rivalry. And I'm going to tell Lynn Casper to kick rocks.
Kick rocks.
Because you're not Harry Carey. You're Lynn Casper. And nobody really even knows you are. You're a little wormy. You look like the guy that when you shake his hand, it's going to be a little clammy and wet type guy. Like, that's you. And to make a move like this and reference Harry making the move when asked about it, I think is a joke. You're not even in the same atmosphere as Harry Carey. And you can kick rocks, Lynn Casper.
Get on down the road and kick rocks.
Lynn.
February 18th, 1998.
You're right. That's it. That's all I got.
AFR, brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. So since we've shut down again because of Phase 2, we can't invite you to Don Juan Cigar Bar tomorrow for whiskey and wine. So that's unfortunate. But Don Juan Cigar Company is open. That's the retail portion in Town Center right next to the bar. If you're at Whole Foods and you're looking across the parking lot, you'll see Don Juan right there. So go check out Don Juan Cigar Company. They've got great deals, man. If you want a gift card or if you want premium cigars or accessories, gift boxes, ashtrays, lighters, they got so many of those. It's a great spot. Don Juan Cigar Company in Town Center, title sponsor of our Friday shows and of whiskey and wine all throughout the year. So as soon as the clock hits 0 tomorrow for LSU Bama, Jordy Collada, yours truly, will take you home for the rest of the evening. So we hope you'll join us on the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge Facebook and YouTube channel. All right, it's after further review. We'll knock out a quick break. Maybe talk a little LSU hoops. When we come back, we will get in 26 minutes from right now. We'll get to the college football pick'em portion of the show. Do we our guest picker is normally, who we joined by. We'll get a check-in on the latest standings as well. Paul's going to have
that. Yeah, I'd like to see that. Okay.
Paul's going to have our latest standings.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
In 26 minutes. Man, you had a giant lead in the pick'em for all season.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the latest standings are.
Be interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll get to that in about 26 minutes. Okay. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Insurance Network of Louisiana. Online at lainsurance.net, lainsurance.net. Better coverage for less money. Insurance Network of Louisiana. I always love telling you about testimonials, what our great listeners have called Insurance Network of Louisiana and gotten better coverage for less money. How about this one? AFR listener named Daniel. He and his wife, they had been with, wait for it. Want to guess?
Liberty Mutual.
Liberty
They're
Mutual.
the worst.
13 years. Been with Liberty Mutual for 13 years. Switched with Insurance Network of Louisiana. They found them the same coverage saved them $2,155 annually. Why in the world would anybody for the same coverage overpay by more than $2,100 a year? Don't do it. Call Insurance Network of Louisiana. Let them shop to see if they can get you better coverage for less money. 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Is happening right now at Corval Toyota in Opelousas. Get into a 20 Highlander for $4,600 off MSRP. Come on down to Happy Town for Toyotathon. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as a bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front-to-Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA-certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front-to-Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front-to-Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4Kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
Ooh, Bowie Outfitters. What's happening there?
Ladies' night.
Oh!
Thursday,
yes,
December 10th.
Ladies' night, and I feel all right.
Happens every year over Bowie Outfitters.
Night. Oh, what a night.
Ladies, go there, shop for your husband, boyfriend, son, or yourself. It's your time to do it. December the 10th, special evening dedicated to the ladies of Bowie. Bring your Christmas list and let the friendly staff at Bowie help you shop while you enjoy an appetizer, maybe a little wine. Plus, every lady that comes in.
They have wine?
They do. Every lady that comes in will draw for a discount at checkout up to 50% off their entire purchase.
Yes,
You heard me right.
lady.
Yeah. Discount excludes firearms. Ladies' night, December 10th, 5 to 8 at Bowie Outfitters. Everything outdoors, 8630 Perkins Road.
Ooh, it's a lady. The SEC has made this official now that they have reworked the schedule for December the 12th and December the 19th. Real quick, did you see what the ACC did this week?
No.
Okay, so ACC, I'll simplify it. I'm going to go quickly here because we got to make sure we get to Ask Ryan. We went long in the first segment. Apologies for that. But ACC told Notre Dame and Clemson, hey, you don't have to play next week, December the 12th. They're going to get the week off before they play in the ACC championship game. Basically, the ACC is protecting their asset of teams that are going to make the playoff, most likely. The Big Ten has a major conundrum here because Ohio State has to play at least 6 games to qualify for the Big Ten championship. Well, they've played 4. They're scheduled to play Michigan State tomorrow, which, by the way, is completely bogus because Ohio State didn't get to play last week, and the Big Ten has their 21-day foolishness, myocarditis, all that nonsense in place. So there's realistically no way that Ohio State, after having to cancel a week ago, would have the requisite players to play this week.
That's right.
Be it contact tracing or positive test. There's no way. I digress. But that's the Big Ten. And they're going to try to secretly do this after being chicken bleeps earlier with how they handle everything. And I called them out, and a lot of you COVID crazies came after me. And now the people who would have been aligning with you are secretly trying to about face, and you're not saying anything.
Yeah, where are you at now?
Where are you at now? They're where they know where they know what they are. They know what they are. They're falling in line with a false premise, which has been intended to scare people all along, which is foolish and misplaced. All of it from the beginning. This has been all for optics, and it's stupid. It's all been stupid. Anyway, Greg Sankey came out and said, hey, ACC, I bet if your team's ranked 5th and 6th, I bet you'd be playing that weekend, which he's right. And Greg Sankey also said, we're playing. So the SEC has announced the final 2 weeks schedule. So LSU Florida is going to play next Saturday. There was some thought, why not let Florida and Bama take off next week? If Notre Dame and Clemson don't have to play, let the SEC teams get a bye. But Greg Sankey said, we're 14-member institutions who set out with the intent of playing a full 10-game conference schedule, 70 games, 70 TV windows, and we're going to finish it.
Good for Greg.
By gosh. And so LSU is going to play Florida on the 17th, and then as expected, the following week on the 19th, the day of the SEC championship game, LSU is going to play Ole Miss that day in Baton Rouge. So that game's been rescheduled. Now, if you listen to AFR, I've been telling you this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But you don't have to listen to AFR. Maybe you're just finding us today. But if you did listen to AFR, you would have known this for weeks.
But you should listen to AFR. And you'll know stuff early.
What do you think about the SEC deciding to play these games?
Well, I think the games should be played. I mean, look, it's important right now for these schools to get these games in. I know they're not making a ton of money, but they are making some money. I mean, the universities are getting crushed. Everybody knows that. That's not any new news. But to get the games in, be able to raise some revenue, and also for the kids that prepared to play, man, I just think it's important. And look, I think the people making decisions, for the playoffs are going to see that as well. I mean, you're playing extra game, playing good games and good teams. So I think it's great that they're playing. Good work.
I want to say one other thing. With respect to the playoff, in most years, we look at teams like Notre Dame, for example, which plays a 12-game schedule. And we look at teams that play a conference championship game and play a 13th game. And what do we say every year around playoff time with that disparity? We say, what? Like, this team has to play an extra game. We sometimes talk about teams that lose a conference championship game and say, this is so inequitable because they're being punished for playing an extra game while this team didn't play and is basically rewarded for not playing.
Scared.
We say that every year.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world can we justify Ohio State in the playoff when you're going to have teams that have played 11 and 12 games this year? And Ohio State potentially is going to play 6?
6.
Normally, we're arguing, splitting hairs, bare knuckle, over one additional game. They basically had an extra month off to not put themselves at risk, to not get injured, to not have to go through that grind, potentially take a loss. We've seen years where Ohio State got blown out on the road at Iowa, where Ohio State lost to Penn State. The idea of not playing and being rewarded for not playing, it just doesn't register in my soul. I can't be okay with this. I said on this show, when the Pac-12 came back with a 6-game schedule, I said I would rather vomit on myself than see a Pac-12 team in the playoff playing 6 games. And now we're looking at Ohio State. I'm going to say the same damn thing. We're sitting here gracing Ohio State into the playoff, having played 4 games. You realize USC's played 3? Why the hell is Ohio State ranked 4th? Get them out of here. Get them out. They do not belong in this playoff under any circumstance. Had they played a full 8-game schedule and their conference championship game to get to 9, we could have had this conversation. 5? 6? Even 7? Not when other teams are playing 11. No thanks. All right, it's after further review. We'll wrap up the hour with Ask Ryan. If you got a question for Theriot, anything about anything, fire away. Tweet us at Matt Moscona at 1045ESPN. Email me, Matt at 104. Thank you, just Matt at 1045ESPN.com. Hey, how they never does that. So we only get it when Muse is here.
He's good, man. I'm mad at him because he doesn't have his other hat on, but...
Oh, he put that in the fireplace. Benny the Jet told him to burn it.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Benny the Jet told him to burn it. He finally burned it.
I don't like that hat he's wearing.
Jump in the Bayou Ford YouTube chat on the Watch 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel. Get your Ask Ryan questions in. That's next, AFR.
AFR.
Love telling you about the Baton Rouge General Hospital. Have you seen the new Ascension Neighborhood Hospital?
Is it beautiful?
It's on Highway 73. It really is. They did just an incredible job with it. On Highway 73, it's the Ascension Neighborhood Hospital, the Baton Rouge General. If you're coming from Airline heading toward I-10, it's on the right. The Ascension Neighborhood Hospital and Emergency Room, it's now open. You can see it from I-10 also. If you're heading I-10 east, you can see it on your left. So if you exit right there at the Prairieville exit, go left, it's on your left. Cancer treatments, emergency care, the Heart and Vascular Center. You can certainly deliver your child there. There's primary care and surgery. It's all at the Baton Rouge General Ascension Neighborhood Hospital, which is now open. I'll remind you, virtual visits continue to remain available. So if in this COVID era, if you're not getting out and about or you're leery of going to the doctor's office, you can have a virtual visit courtesy of the Baton Rouge General Hospital. They're online at brgeneral.org. brgeneral.org for the Baton Rouge General Hospital.
To the heroes who are working tirelessly to care for our communities, we thank you. We will never forget the countless hours you dedicated on the front lines, choosing to risk your own health to fight for our friends, neighbors, and family members.
I mean, you guys are out on the front lines fighting it.
We are grateful for your heroic acts and unwavering spirit. Together, we are overcoming this adversity and make our state healthier and more vibrant again. Ochsner Health.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Bowie Outfitters.
All right, wrapping up hour number 2. Glad you're here with us on the Riot Radio Hour. Friday's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Tweet your questions. Matt Alamon said, by the way, Theriot telling the truth about fruitcakes. Yes. On Twitter, @Brown Woodwork said, Ryan's letter is to my grandma. So good.
She needs to quit it. Enjoy the season, man.
And good to see Ray Finkel on Twitter. All caps. Theriot is so jelly that my shopping is done. #Ulog.
What a nerd.
If you missed it earlier, Theriot went off on people whose Christmas shopping's already done. I mean, when do you do your Christmas shopping?
Now, but I mean, it's a process. Like, it's, take my time with it. Like, I have like a real life things that I have to do. So I'm not gonna.
Let's see. Christmas is on a Friday this year, so we won't be doing a Riot Radio Hour on Christmas Day, obviously. So the last Riot Radio Hour we do before Christmas will be December the 18th. Friday, December the 18th. If I had to guess the percentage of your shopping that will be done on December the 18th, I will say 10%. You will have bought something somewhere, but in no way would it be considered even close to being finished for your wife or any of your children.
Here's how I do it. I do this every year. Let's say...
Or your radio co-host.
Let's say I'm buying Houston a truck for Christmas, which I'm not, by the way. But if I were, or Jana some earrings or something.
Okay.
I would have by that day, all my big gifts will be done. It may not be a lot of gifts, but all the big ones will be bought. Oh yeah, because I already know what I'm getting at that point. Where I struggle, just personally, is feeling like I haven't gotten it's a volume play. I feel like there's going to be some disappointment Christmas morning, so I need to go get a couple more things. It doesn't have to be expensive things or big things. I just have to get things. This goes up to Christmas Eve for me.
Ask Ryan, Josh Higgins. Ask Ryan, worst gift for a preteen boy, socks or school supplies?
Underwear. But schools, I would say socks.
I'd want that socksy.
Yeah, but that's not the socks.
Would you want?
He's talking like tube socks.
Nah.
A pack of tube socks, some underwear, and some undershirts.
Would you rather that or like pens and a compass?
Compass could save your life, bro.
A compass, like for geometry.
Oh.
Talking school supplies, man.
I'm just saying, a compass could save your life, though. I guess one of those could, too. Somebody's trying to...
You stab them with it?
That's what I'm saying.
You could.
Shank
That's
somebody,
true.
Trying to get carjacked.
Ask Ryan, worst loss, Bama or the Falcons?
Who lost to the Falcons?
Saying if they lose this week.
Oh, they lose this week? Points-wise, I mean, it's going to be Bama. If the Saints lost to the Falcons, that would be way, way worse, obviously.
Ask Ryan, is your father a meat burglar?
What does that mean?
Ask Ryan, best gift found during last-minute Christmas shopping?
I don't know.
Ask Ryan, worst gift you received then regifted?
Oh, man. I'm not even going to say.
Ask Ryan, you can get one item at Bowie, what would it be?
Gun, for sure.
Ask Ryan, pizza or tacos?
Tacos.
Ask Ryan, hot chocolate or eggnog?
Eggnog.
Hour 3 of the Riot Radio Hour is coming right at you. We're brought to you by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Sports Center coming up. Stick around. It's AFR.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by
Shawbills!
Shawbills Tire and Auto Service. ShawbillsTire.com. 18 locations in South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you online at ShawbillsTire.com. ShawbillsTire.com, where we keep you rolling. Hey, look, it's the holiday season. You got family in town? Look, my sister lives in Kansas. She drove in town for Thanksgiving. She and the kiddos are going to stay through Christmas.
Good for her.
Well, you know what? Before they get back on the road to Kansas, you know what we're going to do? Take that van over to Shawbills. I'm not going to send my sister out on the road to Kansas without taking care of that vehicle first. Make sure the tires are rotated. Make sure the air pressure is good. Make sure the oil is changed. Brakes are good. I'm going to send them with my little niece and nephew, my godchild, on the road to Kansas without taking care of that vehicle. It's Shawbills. Bumper-to-bumper auto service, name brand tires at wholesale prices. Shawbills, where we keep you rolling.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Callahan Injury Lawyers.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. Fourth-ranked Ohio State will fly to East Lansing tonight and will play at Michigan State tomorrow. Head coach Ryan Day won't be there, but the COVID-19 issues with the team have improved. Looking at Sunday, the 8-3 Titans host the 8-3 Browns in Nashville. ESPN's Diana Rossini says the Titans have found their identity.
They always play with such a chip on their shoulder, and it stems from their head coach Mike Vrabel, who's just mad all the time at everything. Even this past week.
Diana Rossini on Key J and Z. ESPN's Kevin Seifert reports the NFL is asking teams to stop in-person meetings for 2 days after each game unless the team is working on a short week. Vanderbilt at Georgia, scheduled for tomorrow, postponed with COVID-19, injuries, and opt-outs in the Commodores program. The NBA and the Players Association agree there will be no random testing for marijuana during the upcoming season. Instead, the testing will only be for drug abuse and PEDs.
Coming up Monday, we look ahead to a doubleheader on Monday night and why I think the Steelers' perfect season ends against the Washington football team. Plus, the Bills are back at the site of the Hail Mary. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, Monday, 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
You can't handle the
Riot Radio Hour.
Let's do that again.
Please, sir. I want some more.
The Riot Radio Hour is presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
Well, let's start the insanity. Giddy up.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Hour 3 off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. I'm Matt.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
So. We're glad you are as well. 5 o'clock, quitting time. Glad you are driving home with us. LSU and Bama. Saints, Falcons. We'll give you picks at the bottom of this hour. Musso still has some Tigers in the pros. Basketball Tigers are back on the floor on Sunday against Louisiana Tech. We will get to a little bit of that as well, understanding, though, it is a football Friday. We got a full slate of college football games tomorrow. So we do this every Friday. We kick off hour 3 with our college football pick'em segment. And normally we have a guest picker, but I understand no guest picker this week. Oh, wow.
We tried.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. Looking for the fastball. Guy threw a changeup. Just, what are you going to do? Can't win them all. Can't win them all, Matt.
It's all right. You just, you miss 2 weeks, and then you come back, and you don't have a guest picker.
You can't win.
I feel kind of bad for the audience.
Yeah, this is what it is. This season is just a weird season, Matt.
Yeah,
you're
right.
We're all in this together, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Where
it's weird.
We're all in it together. It's unprecedented times, but we're in it together.
Yeah,
we'll get through it.
We'll get through it.
The new normal.
The
Matt.
new normal. It's our new normal.
Yep.
In these trying times.
They're very trying, unprecedented.
In these uncertain times.
They're uncertain.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. Good way. Great way.
Yes. We'll work together to get through it without a guest picker.
We're in it together. We had no choice.
And you had 3 weeks to get a guest picker, but actually you had probably longer than
COVID,
that.
you know.
Oh, but for sure. I mean, COVID comes along. And
what do you want me to do?
I don't know what you could do. All you can do is what you can do.
I tried.
You can try. You just do the best you can,
It's unprecedented, really.
Totally unprecedented. We've never seen it before.
But it's the new normal.
It's our new normal.
So, I mean, you just roll with the punches. Roll with the punches.
Roll with the changes, like the REO Speedwagon said. You got to roll with the changes. You got to keep on rolling. Keep on rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Keep on rolling. Roll with the changes.
Right.
Okay. So, I guess we'll just pick some games. Paul, can we take a look at our pick'em standings? You had a commanding lead for quite a while. The last time you were here, and it's been 3 weeks, I had a really good week, and you had a not so good week, unfortunately.
When?
The last time you were here in studio, and that was.
That's when you did all the games. It's when you cheated the first time. When you picked all the crazy. Yeah, when you picked all the games that nobody knows anything about. You had this point spread like in front of you, but you didn't show anybody else that time.
I'm sorry. How could you not know about these?
Is that when that happened?
You're a college football expert too, right?
But
Yeah. Well, anyway, I had a really good week, and you didn't. And the last 2 weeks, I've been perfect. I was 6-0 2 weeks ago, and then last week, one of the games we picked got canceled, so I was 5-0 last week, incredibly. So I've gone on an amazing run. I've gone on an 11-0 run the last 2 weeks.
How is that even possible?
I don't know, but I've just...
It's unprecedented, is what it is.
Unprecedented.
It is. And so you went 11-0. What was my record?
Well, you didn't show up last week.
Oh.
So you went 0-5.
So I just got automatic L's.
And then the week before you didn't show, so you went 0-6.
So I went 0-11.
I went 11-0. You went 0-11.
And I didn't pick a game. And you had all the games right in front of you, and so you knew. Wow, how about that? And if it was close, you just skipped and went to another game.
I'm sorry. We picked games that everyone was interested in among major college football programs.
Really?
Yes, we did. There were no off the radar games. They were all games involving ranked teams the last 2 weeks. Every one of them.
And I wasn't sitting in the chair though.
Well, I'm sorry.
Right, but
you know what?
So I've got a proposal that I think we could make this.
I'm not finished. Real quick, if I could.
Sorry about that.
And as I clearly stated on air, with you not here, it's like in school. If you're given a test and you leave an answer blank, what does the teacher do to that answer you left blank?
It just depends on the teacher.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It doesn't at all depend on the teacher.
Yeah.
What happens when you turn in your test and there's a blank answer on that page, the teacher takes his or her red pen and puts a giant X on it.
Sometimes.
And it's marked wrong.
Sometimes.
No, that's what happens. I'm sorry, my sister-in-law is a teacher. But I have two sisters-in-law that are both teachers. Should we call them to see what they would do?
Yeah, that's fine. We can call them. I just, it could have been a situation where, look, the kid
Mary
was...
Theriot has been a lifelong educator.
What if the kid was sick?
What would Mary Theriot do if she were grading a test?
Yep.
and said student left the answer blank, what would Mary Theriot do?
It's all circumstantial.
No, it's
if
not
child A
circumstantial.
had explosive diarrhea and had to run out of the classroom and couldn't finish the test, of course Mary Theriot wouldn't mark a red X right there.
Child A did not show up and did not answer that question.
What if child A had explosive diarrhea?
Child A did not have explosive diarrhea.
Well, how do you know that?
Child A, in this case, decided that child A was not going to show up for the test.
Because he may have had explosive diarrhea.
I know for a fact there was not explosive diarrhea. So, in any event, Paul, can we see those standings again? Get an update on the standings? Let's see. Okay, so Matt has moved to 40 and 18 overall for a 690 winning percentage. Mr. The Riot has dropped all the way to 32 and 26. So,
wow, 0 and 11.
Wow, 0 for 11. That's just such a disappointing.
We need a poll question. We need to talk to the audience about this. It's really messed up, is what it is. This is bull.
Well, it turns out that my sister-in-law does want to weigh in.
That's fine. We can call Lauren. Yeah. I've got a proposal though here, Matt. I think we squashed the last two. We washed the last 2 weeks, and we need to go back and we just go straight winning percentage. You can have your wins still. Just take my L's away. That's what I want to do. I'll let you cheat a little bit, but I don't want you to cheat a lot.
So what you want to be is Ohio State.
I'll let you cheat a little bit.
No. What you want to be?
I don't want to. I want you to cheat a lot.
You want to be Ohio State.
I don't know. Does Ohio State have explosive diarrhea? I don't know.
You want to be the team that plays half the schedule that everybody else plays, but is judged the same.
It just depends. Depends if they're what's his name off of Dumb and Dumber, or not.
Harry Dunn.
Are they Harry or not? If they're not
Christmas
Harry,
or Harry Dunn.
Yeah.
All right, the hotline is ringing. If you would, please. This might be the answer. If it's not the answer I want, I'd be very disappointed.
Me so.
All right, we got some games to pick. Is that that's my sister-in-law? All right, you know my sister-in-law. This is Lauren.
Yep.
Who's an educator. This also happens.
Am I supposed to talk?
Hi, Lauren. How are you?
Hi. I'm great.
Lauren also happens to be the mom of Reese Anderman, who we talked about a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Who ruined our radio bit.
She did.
Yeah. About the
she had
oversized
on leggings.
hoodies and all that sort of
because
stuff.
She wanted you to know she had on leggings.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Whatever.
I like to call her a little flip.
Little flip?
Little flip.
Little flip.
Yeah, a little flip.
What about Eli? My nephew Eli.
Eli's my guy.
What do you call Eli?
Eli, he's a grinder.
Call him Big E?
Big E.
What's up, Big E?
Yeah, he's a grinder.
E-Man. Call him E-Man.
E-Man.
Eli Anderman. So this is their mother, Lauren Anderman, who happens to be my sister-in-law, who is an educator of young minds.
Yep. Great one.
Lauren,
a great one at that as well. Great educator.
A great educator.
Yes.
I mean,
That's
when you talk,
very kind.
when you're rating educators,
He's up there.
You know, if we're talking world population 1 to 7 billion, you're rating educators. We're talking in the top 1 billion.
She's in the top 1 billion.
I mean, I might even go in the top 500 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's great about Lauren is her understanding.
Yeah.
With these children.
But you know what else?
She understands circumstances come up.
But
that not everything's black and white.
No doubt.
There's some gray areas.
But
she gets it.
What
She
also
gets it.
makes her a great educator is that she's firm in her discipline.
Yep.
And
Ooh.
so, Lauren, here's the.
Yeah.
Let me propose a question to you.
Yeah, because I have no idea what I'm about to be asked.
Okay. If a child is taking a test in your class
Okay.
and they leave an answer on the test blank,
Okay.
how do you handle that circumstance?
Before you answer,
No. You
I
get
get to ask a question too.
It's my show.
I get to ask a question too.
I ask a question. I want to answer. No. You can ask your caveat later. I ask a question.
she can
I
answer.
want to answer my
Yeah, I
question.
get to answer
All
mine.
right, Lauren. You hand a test to a child. They hand in their test, and then answers blank.
Have they left? Have they left my classroom?
Yes, it's over. They're gone.
Okay. The next day, I say, "Hey, you left this one blank. Do you want to answer it?"
You are fired.
Okay, and can I ask a question now?
You are
Sure, especially
fired.
if it's a kid who, I can tell, had answered all the other questions. I'm not just gonna mark it wrong.
Why would
and
you?
then sometimes I'll check their test to see did they write an answer on their test that they forgot? Because I use answer sheets. If they forget to transfer that answer over.
Okay, I have another question.
Okay.
Let me ask
No,
my
I have another question. It's my show. I have questions. I have questions.
Okay.
All right, I have a question.
Go ahead.
All right. Now, are there other teachers that would mark that wrong?
That's a stupid
No,
question.
that's a question.
That's a stupid question.
Stop interrupting. Are there other teachers that would mark that wrong?
Absolutely.
Okay, who are they? Because I want to get them on the show instead of you.
Let me ask mine. Lauren, I got one.
We're out of time. Segment's over. Segment's over. We got to go to break. All right, ask your question.
I've probably done that for all of Ryan's kids, so he probably knew that I would answer
No,
like
I
that.
didn't. Look, I've got one real fast. Lauren.
And the truth comes out.
If child A leaves an answer blank on your test, but they left it blank because they had explosive diarrhea and had to run to the bathroom, would you mark that answer wrong?
No.
Okay. That's it. That's all we need to know.
What if there is no evidence that child A had explosive diarrhea and is the reason which child A left said question wrong? And by the way, you have strong reason to believe child A is lying because child A has proven time and again to be very unreliable and routinely leaves answers incomplete on the test.
Whoa.
Then what do you do?
Whoa.
Then what?
Then, if child A still didn't know the answer the next day, because child A would have no idea, I would allow them to make it up. So child A is still not going to know the answer the next day, and then he would either A, get the problem wrong because they're going to answer incorrectly, or B, say, and a lot of kids know, I didn't know that one, so I left it blank. And then I say, okay, thanks.
What if he was chafed because of all the diarrhea and wasn't at school the next day?
Then we would have a new issue. He would probably be quarantined for 14 days.
No. I'm not all about that COVID.
Lauren, thank you so much. I appreciate your time today on this Friday.
I'm so sorry. Y'all have a great day.
It was great. You did great.
You're fired. Lauren, you're fired.
I'm
Get
sorry.
out. Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry,
fired.
Matt.
You're fired.
I'm sorry.
You're fired. See you. I just hung up on her. I'm hearing something in my headphones. What am I hearing?
That didn't work out really the way we had hoped. That one.
I think it did. I think it absolutely did. You want me to ask you questions from the previous weeks now? Because what she suggested there is, hey, come on back, and I'll ask him the next day. Well, all those games have been played now. I'm going to go present these games to you that have already been played. No. How could I now present games to you that have already been played?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. All I know is I'm 40-18. You're 32-16. I'm kicking your butt. All right, we're way late. Let's break. We'll come back. We'll actually pick the games. Musso will do Tigers and the Pros. We'll get to an LSU and Saints prediction and Ask Ryan still to come. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by Pluckers. Nicholson and Bluebonnet dine in or carry out 24 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, ice cold draft beer, full service bar, sports on TV. That's Pluckers. You know what?
What?
Got college basketball action tonight.
Does LSU play tonight?
No, they play Sunday.
Nice.
You have the University of Louisiana at Lafayette Ragin' Cajuns playing at Appalachian State tonight.
Cool.
Need a place to watch?
Not that game, but what else do they have?
Stuff that matters.
Okay.
You know where to watch that?
Pluckers.
Nicholson just south of campus. Bluebonnet right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. 24 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings. Ice cold draft beer. What's your favorite flavor of jumbo chicken wings at Pluckers?
Spicy Ranch.
Gold Rush.
Garlic Parm.
Those are my three.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholson, Bluebonnet, dine in, carry out before, during, or after LSU Bama. Pluckers. You know, like our wings. We'll give you the bird.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4Kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Have you been arrested for DUI or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111 or connect with us online at ocbrown.com.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
No thanks to my sister-in-law who just called. It's no help to me. We're going to get the Tigers and the pros here in just a quick second. First, though, we do have to pick this weekend's games, presuming they are all, in fact, going to happen. All right, so, Muse, if you would hit us with a little bit of musica, because we didn't get to it in the last segment. So I have taken a commanding lead. I'll acknowledge it is based on a technicality, but damn it, I'll take it. You no-showed, I won. You forfeited.
Huh.
All right. Texas A&M at Auburn.
A&M.
I'll take A&M also. It's a that line, by the way, keeps coming down. So it's at 5.5. Smart money's been on Auburn in this game. I don't buy that, though. I think Auburn's poop, and I think A&M's going to beat them. Oklahoma State, TCU.
You can go first on this one.
No, I'll let you go.
You can do it.
Since you're losing.
We're just going to go. I think it's fair to bounce back and forth. Like, I'll do one, then you do one, and I'll do one.
Since you're losing, I'll give you the honors.
That's why I went first.
Yeah.
Give me TCU.
I'll take TCU also. By the way, Oklahoma State is favored in this ball game.
I know.
But no, you don't. But TCU's at home.
Wow. Okay. See what you're doing. It's cool. Go ahead.
What?
Nice. Go ahead.
What am I doing?
Just picking the games I pick. But that's fine. So your lead stays the same. I get it. It's a good strategy.
It's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to win. Okay. Arkansas, Missouri.
Hey, Missouri.
I'll take Missouri. It's actually not what I'm doing. Legit not what I'm doing. I want you to lose and my lead to swell.
Oh, gosh.
West Virginia, Iowa State.
Iowa State.
I will take Iowa State also in that game.
Let's do some different games.
Nope. How many is that, 4? What do you say we do 2 more? BYU, Coastal Carolina.
Give me Coastal Carolina.
I'll take BYU.
Perfect.
You got a shot.
Got a chance.
How many is that?
Let's do a couple more. Maybe like 3 or 4 more.
5. That was 5.
3
We
or
got
4
one more.
more.
How about one more?
We did 3 or 4. I mean, why not?
One more. How about big battle out in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
Beautiful.
Wyoming against New Mexico.
I don't know anything about this. Who's better?
I mean,
Well, you have the spreads and stuff right there.
seen them?
So who's supposed to win the game?
No.
Yeah, you do.
I don't have it.
Who's supposed to win? I'm going to pick the one that you don't want. That's what I'm doing here. I don't want to mess up and pick the same one you
It's
pick.
small. It's small spread.
Who's favorite?
It's really small. Wyoming.
Their favorite.
Is favorite.
Where are they playing? At
In New
At
Mexico.
New Mexico.
Small spread.
Give me New Mexico.
All right. I'll take Wyoming. They're a small 17.5-point favorite.
Fine. That's fine. It bit you in the butt before with San Diego State there, brother. Remember that? Remember San Diego State? I laughed so hard. I texted you, tweeted you, everything. It was so funny.
For those that don't know, when I was...
When you started this whole cheating thing, tell everybody what you did.
It wasn't cheating. I mean, cheating. Cheating would imply that I was, bending the rules.
Right. You were just
So I could
picking
win.
games that I knew nothing about that had the biggest spread differential, and you could see it on your computer screen.
How is that cheating?
That's cheating because I don't know anything about them.
Well, that's your fault.
Nobody knows anything about San Diego State and San Jose State. Who cares?
A lot of people who bet.
Anyway, you picked. You knew I knew nothing about it, and you picked
Who did I pick?
San Diego State.
You don't even remember.
You picked San Diego State. I took San Jose State, and you cracked up laughing, and we talked about the spread, and I freaking won. Dang it.
Double-digit outright winner. It was the only difference we had in the whole slate. Every other game. I actually lost. I tried to cheat and lost ground.
That was so good.
That's so bad.
I love that.
All right. It's after further review. We're brought to you by the Williamson Eye Center. WilliamsonEYE.com. 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEYE.com. If you're like me and your parents had awful genetics and gave you really bad eyes, the Williamson Eye Center, they can help. I had LASIK done 2 years ago. It's incredible. I'm still seeing better than 20/20. It's remarkable. If you've lived your life with contacts or glasses, or you know what it's like to have to squint to see the TV or not be able to see traffic signs or read a book, or if it's hard to see in a low-lit restaurant at night, there is a refractive procedure for you at the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEYE.com. Call Dr. Blake Williamson. Honored Baton Rouge Business Reports 40 under 40. Guy has done thousands upon thousands of refractive procedures. Call Dr. Blake Williamson for that free consultation and their great staff at the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020 or WilliamsonEYE.com. Mayuso. Tigers in the pros.
Tigers in the pros. They still bleed purple and gold. They're just really rich now. Presented by Kentucky's Best Hemp. Find them online at KYSBestHemp.com.
Kansas City Chiefs rookie running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire missed practice for the second straight day due to a stomach virus.
You emphasize the layer. Emphasize
And
the
the
E.
No,
No. It's
I did.
Elaire.
I did,
It's not.
though.
You said Elaire. It's Elaire.
Elaire. What is
That's
that?
it. You nailed it.
That's what I said the first time.
No, you didn't. You said
Eh,
Elaire.
That's what I said.
It's not Elaire.
Anyway.
It's Elaire.
He's got a stomach virus.
I had one of those, Musso, a couple weeks
Yeah?
ago. Yeah. You know who else has one right now? It's Coach Burtman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Already has rhinovirus. Isn't that what they said?
That's the same thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
Anyway.
doing okay?
Yeah, he's good.
Ooh. Musa. You don't want any part of that, Musa.
Bubble guts.
Bubble guts. You're grabbing the toilet.
So,
Nah, he's good. He's good.
Good.
So Clyde was out of practice again, second straight day of stomach virus. Andy Reid said that the Chiefs do expect to have their rookie back for Sunday's game.
That's a guy that I would expect to have bubble guts, Andy Reid. I would expect that.
I think he's got a stomach just like of steel. If you look at Andy Reid, he eats whatever he wants. Doesn't matter.
A lot of cheeseburgers. He loves cheeseburgers.
Hot peppers.
Makes sense.
The Mayakoba Golf Classic is happening this week
Never heard
and
of it.
weekend.
What did you just say?
Your face.
Former Tiger Ben Taylor's in the field. Ben shot 2 under 69 today to move his total to 1 under par, right on the cut line. So Ben will be sticking around for the weekend. He has a lot of work to do, though, if he wants to catch the leader, who is at 12 under par.
Is that Tiger Woods?
No, it's
Phil.
No, it's Emilio Grillo.
Oh yeah,
I
he's good.
That's Tigers in the Pros.
Presented by
KYSBestHemp.com.
KYSBestHemp.com. Mario was here yesterday. He really didn't get the pacing. He was like, KYSBestHemp.com. I was like, hey, slow it down.
He might have needed some of that.
But just slow him down a little bit. Kentucky's Best Hemp. Use the promo code AFR30. That's AFR30, AFR30 to save 30% off your order. If you want oil, salve, honey sticks, doggy bacon.
Yep.
They got it. Gel caps, all there. Kentucky's Best Hemp. Use the promo code AFR30 to save 30%. Help with inflammation. Help you sleep at night. Anxiety. Those gummies are really good, too, by the way. Buy them right now. Online. At KYSBestHemp.com. KYSBestHemp.com. Kentucky's Best Hemp. Okay, it is after further review. It's Football Friday edition, and glad to have you hanging out with us here. We got to give a pick on Saints, Falcons, and on LSU, Alabama. We'll do that when we come back. We'll also get to ask Ryan and what we learned to wrap up the show in about 15 minutes, so you're welcome to do that if you want to tweet us at Matt Moscona, at 1045ESPN, or jump in the Bayou for YouTube chat. You're welcome to do that. We appreciate it. All right, it's after further review. Stick around. Picks for Saints, Falcons, and LSU, Bama next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Premier South Roofing and PremierSouthLA.com. Baton Rouge, Lafayette, Lake Charles, and the North Shore, and always online at PremierSouthLA.com. PremierSouthLA.com. Roof repair, roof replacement, certainly parts of Southwest Louisiana that were hit so hard this year by storm season. If you need your roof replaced, or if you've yet to have your roof inspected to see if there was damage, call Premier South Roofing. They'll get to you. They'll get on your roof for free to inspect your roof to see if you need a roof repair. And they can handle everything from that first call. They'll meet with the insurance company. They'll handle everything with the adjuster. They'll get your new roof. They'll get your roof repaired or replaced, and all you pay is your deductible. That's Premier South Roofing. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Super Service Award from Angie's List. Torch Award for Ethics in Business. That's who you're calling when you call Premier South Roofing. Or online, PremierSouthLA.com.
If I built a van, it would do more than haul.
It would carry my entire business. I'd make it available in dozens, if not thousands of configurations.
It would keep an eye on my fleet.
And an eye out for danger.
If I built a van, I'd make it available in diesel and gas. And I'd build it right here in South Carolina.
Introducing the all-new Sprinter, starting at $33,790. Built in the USA. Mercedes-Benz. Vans. Born to run.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers. Offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
Have you been issued a ticket for texting, speeding, or other traffic violations? Have you made a mistake? We all have. You're not a bad person. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 225-343-1111.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. The Riot Radio Hour with Ryan Theriot and Matt Moscona, presented by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge.
All right, time to predict the big one. Preview and predict the big one that everyone's talking about. Game day. Bears against Rummel. Rematch of the state finals a year ago. But Rummel got so lucky. Catholics winning. Kicker has like a quad injury, comes off. Before they even know what's happening, backup kicker runs out there, kicks off. Rummel houses it. Not this year. Memorial Stadium. Get ready, bro. Bears are coming for some revenge tonight. All you Bruins and triumph on the field. Big Bruin cohorts are cheering for the Bears will never yield. This day we're all out for victory, no matter what the cost. 'Cause we'll fight forever till the last white line is crossed.
What's your score? What do you got?
Bears by 30.
Oh,
all right, so tomorrow it's LSU and Alabama. You want to go first?
Yep. Give me the Tigers.
Oh, come on.
Give me the Tigers. It's going to be 24-17 LSU. Pulling the upset in Baton Rouge.
You have to give me something more than just that.
The freshman quarterbacks are learning. Defense has gotten better. Defense has played their best game that they played last week. They're starting to understand the system, starting to know where Pelini wants them to be. He's getting the right guys in the right spot. You saw a shakeup on the D-line. Jaquelin Roy got some more time. He's getting his guys in place. The linebackers are much more comfortable. They know where they need to be. The secondary on point, played great. I think defense holds these guys down. I mean, look, the QBs, like I said, we're going to go with the two-headed monster here. It's going to be managed a little bit differently. Max is going to have a good game. TJ's going to have a good game. Give me the Tigers, man. Got their backs against the wall.
The guy Scott Milliken tweeted me last night. Scott's a longtime listener to the show, follower of Morning Scone, all that stuff. Really good dude. He tweeted me last night, Matt, Tigers win Saturday night, calling my shot.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's a true fan. He loves his Tigers.
I replied to Scott, I'll bet you everything in my bank account versus everything in your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
Deal?
Is he loaded?
I have no idea.
Okay.
He didn't take the bet.
He hadn't responded.
No, he responded.
Yeah,
he responded. He responded to that tweet. His response was, "Hey man, I got my purple and gold glasses on." he said, "Man, I just can't take off my purple and gold glasses." He said, "Have you ever thought Catholic High never had a shot at beating someone? I will not bet, but I believe in miracles." By the way, Scott, plenty of games against West Monroe when I feel like we didn't have no shot, bro.
They got one tonight.
Oh, the Cowboys going to win tonight, bro. Anyway, but no, LSU's not going to win tomorrow. My hope for tomorrow is we come out of that game feeling like LSU defensively did something that no team's been able to do to this Alabama team yet, which is slow them. Georgia played with them for a half.
They did.
And, my hope is that in this ball game, LSU continues to do what you just said, build on the momentum they've built defensively the past couple of games, where that secondary has looked more like what we've come to expect, where Derek Stingley can lock down Devontae Smith or John Mechie. Cordell Flott continues to play well. LSU plays sound football and doesn't give up the 70-yard touchdowns. Defensive line, which a week ago was really good against Texas A&M. I know they gave up yardage in the running game, but largely that was on 2 runs. Half of A&M's rushing yards came on 2 plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be really difficult for LSU offensively to get going. We saw them struggle last week. They struggled, quite honestly, against Arkansas. And certainly they struggled against Auburn. It's been a challenge, and now you take Terrace Marshall off the field. Mike Detillier mentioned this yesterday, and I think he's right on. I think LSU is going to split out Eric Gilbert as a wide receiver. So you'll see Cole Taylor attached to the line more, and you see more of Torrey Carter, but you see Gilbert flexed out wide as a receiver. Because he's your best pass-catching option right now, especially with Racey McMath injured. I mean, he's physically a mismatch for a lot of defensive backs, 6'6" in that frame. So that's my hope, man, is that defensively LSU can play a tight ball game and give this team a chance in the fourth quarter to feel like it's still playing for something. I don't think they're going to win it, and I do like Alabama. I'm picking them 38-10 in this ball game. But my hope is that LSU goes out there and plays an inspired football game.
And then Alabama scores 28 points in the fourth quarter.
If that's how it's got to go, Doc.
You'd be good with that? 10-10 into the fourth? Okay.
I mean, I don't think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But, could I see a 24-10 game going into the fourth? And a 38-10 final?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. If you're on a 14-3 score at half, feel all right. Saints Falcons?
Man, I don't have a good feeling about this one.
Me either.
It's
irrational, by the way.
The offense with Taysom Hill at the helm is extremely predictable. They rely so much on AK in the backfield, and then the little short screen passes, and then Sean got creative and spread him out wide, and the whole. I mean, look, if it's dink and dunk with these guys, it makes it difficult. The defense can squat on all those routes. I'm not sold that he can push the ball down the field. Now, was Drew doing that when he was in there? Not really, but at least there was a threat of that. I think the Saints are going to have to win this one just similar to what they did last week on the defensive side of the football. I think they can, but the Falcons are playing – I mean, they're so up and down, but they played great last time out, man, against a really good team. So I don't have a good feeling about this one. I think the Saints pull it out, but I think it's going to be close. there at the end. I mean, it's gonna be a low-scoring game. You know, give me the Saints. I don't know, 21-17. You know,
I think it's close. It's a 3-point line. By the way, Younghoe Koo, the kicker for the Falcons, had a quad injury this week. So if you are talking about a close game that might come down to a kick, that could be impactful. If
leading the league in scoring, that guy, right?
If the Falcons kicker is not 100%. My fear in this game is irrational. The Saints are better. They're the best defense in the NFL right now. The Falcons are not playing for much other than pride and really draft selection. But since Raheem Morris has taken over, they've only lost 2 games. One was to the Saints, and the other was a game to Detroit where they had it won. Todd Gurley scored when he was trying to go down at the 1 to kick the game-winning field goal. They should be 5-1 with Raheem Morris. They've played a much better brand of football. I don't think Atlanta can rush the passer, and I don't think Atlanta can stop the Saints from rushing the passer. As we've seen, the Saints have 17 sacks the last 2 games against Atlanta. That's ridiculous in the NFL. So I think the Saints win on defense and running the football. My hope is the first time these two teams played 2 weeks ago, Sean Payton went out and even said afterwards, I wanted to go show that Taysom Hill could throw the ball. And you know what happened at the start of that game? The Saints were down 9-3 right before halftime.
Throwing the ball.
Because Taysom Hill can't throw the football. And you say, he threw for 200 yards. His 2 longest passes were pop flies, embarrassing deep balls. He can't throw the deep ball accurately. Even last year in the playoffs against Minnesota, the deep ball he connected with Tommy Lee Lewis was underthrown by 5 yards. It should have been a touchdown. Taysom doesn't have touch on the deep ball, and he's not Drew Brees, the most accurate quarterback in NFL history in the short intermediate stuff. So the thing that worked in the second half was when they started using Taysom Hill. Get him out, let him run, let him stretch the defense. That's where he's elite. Let him do that. My hope is Sean does that from jump this week, and the Saints do run the ball effectively against Atlanta and pace themselves to a win. I do think the Saints win in a lower scoring game, but the Saints defense is they're the best defense in the league right now. You've allowed 1 touchdown in the last 3 games. It's just astonishing to think about that. So I do think the Saints win this game. I do think it's a lower scoring ball game. It's a field goal spread. I think the Saints cover that number, but not in a big way, but similar to what we saw the last time, like the 24-9. I think it's something in that neighborhood where the Saints score just enough and the Falcons just can't move the ball. So that's my hope. I think the Saints do win. I do think they cover, but I don't think this is a great aesthetic ball game. Protect the football, man. That's how that game last week got out of hand. The Raiders turned the ball over 5 times against the Falcons. Protect the football, run the football, play defense. You're going to win this game, and you'll win next week in Philly, too. All right, it's after further review. We'll grab our final break, come back, wrap up with Ask Ryan. Anything you want to ask Theriot about anything, fire away. Ask Ryan and what we learned next.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local at Clegg's Nursery. Have you gotten your Christmas tree yet? Have you gotten your Christmas tree yet?
Yeah.
Y'all have real or artificial?
Went to Clegg's, got a real one.
All right, so do we. We go on Black Friday every year. We go to Clegg's. We get our Christmas tree. You can go get yours as well. If it's real or artificial, they have you. If you need Christmas lights, Clegg's Nursery. If you need decor, indoor or outdoor, Clegg's has you. You want singing Santa Clauses and Rudolphs and stuff like that? They got you at Clegg's Nursery. They got wind chimes and garden flags and all that stuff as well, and they've got an amazing selection of poinsettias. So for that indoor, outdoor decor this holiday season, make sure Clegg's Nursery is your choice. 4 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Siegen near Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night. So you got all day to decorate your house for this Christmas season, and Clegg's Nursery can help. Buy local, shop local, 4 locations. Tell them Matt sent you in when you go see our friends at Clegg's Nursery.
During these challenging times, we know your healthcare needs don't stop. Cancer, accidents, injuries, and heart disease are relentless. So we are relentlessly innovating to keep you safe, both virtually and in person, connecting you with providers remotely, advancing clinical spaces, providing rapid and accurate testing, social distancing, and certified cleaning protocols. We are Auctioner, and we will not slow down. Auctioner Health, innovating healthcare.
To all of our heroes working on the front lines of this COVID-19 pandemic, your bravery and selflessness represent the very best of us, and we want to say thank you. I'm asking everyone around the state to join me in celebrating the heroism of our healthcare professionals on the 19th of every month at 1900 hours, that's 7 p.m. Write a note of appreciation, make plans to donate to charitable organizations, or say a prayer. To learn more, visit 19thanks.org. Thank you, and God bless.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is a local bank with a straightforward philosophy.
It's about doing the right thing for our customers.
Participating in our community with annual local fundraisers, offering individual attention in a modern banking atmosphere with a trusted local company. Gulf Coast Bank invested in technology with a local touch, giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime.
We're building relationships through personal service as the bank that cares about you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
T-Bob Hebert here with breaking news. Front to Back Boat Services is the shop to upgrade your boat tech this fall. With not one but two NMEA certified techs, who better to install your Panoptic sonar, your HD displays. You want to see the fish under the water before you even cast? They have that. Trolling motor you could control with your iPhone? They have that. So what are you waiting for? Get into Front to Back Boat Services right now. Upgrade your boat tech. Make your boating dreams come true. Front to Back Boat Services.
You may not know about the 4Kids Foundation, but you've probably heard of the Zurich Classic. And the Zurich Classic exists because of 4Kids. But it's what happens after the tournament that really counts. 100% of the proceeds are donated by the 4Kids Foundation to hundreds of local charities, totaling more than $40 million, all to help local children and families in need. 4Kids helps kids through golf, because every child deserves a shot at a brighter future.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Wrapping up a Football Friday edition of AFR, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Remember, as soon as the game goes final, mañana, we will be live for Whiskey and Wine. Jordy and I, presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar in Town Center. Make sure you pick up your cigars, all your accessories for the cigar smoker, someone new into the hobby this holiday season. And, of course, Second Riot Radio Hours, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. What's going on over at Mercedes this time of year?
8-time Best of the Best award winner, Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Everybody knows that. You guys have heard me. The winter event is going on right now at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Go check them out. You can check them out online at mbobr.com. But some exciting news. The 2021 E-Class was voted Motor Trend Vehicle of the Year. Not just one of the E-Class vehicles, Matt. Every E-Class in the E-Class family,
all of them,
the wagon, 450, 350, E53, you name it, have been voted Motor Trend Vehicle of the Year. They have them all at Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge. Go check them out, mbobr.com.
Let's get to Ask Ryan. You can ask anything about anything. Actually, the first question is from Paul. What are Paul's plans for the weekend? Or do you want to answer for Paul?
I'd like to.
Okay, what are Paul's plans for the weekend?
He's going to hang out barbecue tonight, drinking Old English. Listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony in the back. And he's probably just cooking some chicken on the pit. Tomorrow, he's going to wake up, go to Mike's Audio, get an extra subwoofer put in his truck, tailgate in the back, drinking some Boone's, Strawberry Hill, watching the LSU game.
Got it.
Then Sunday, he's going to throw on his Bobby Hebert jersey and watch the Saints.
Paul, how accurate is that?
Theriot nailed it. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Got it. Even with the Old English, huh? Even with the OE. Ask Ryan, you coming out to Traction next weekend? That's Stephen Miller.
Yes, I'll be out there next weekend.
Ask Ryan, am I too young to coach the Minnesota Twins?
I don't know how old he is.
Ask Ryan, who's the Traction MVP this week?
I don't know who the MVP would be. Probably me.
Ask Ryan, warm or cold eggnog?
I've never had it warm.
Eggnog just sounds gross, doesn't it?
I got some eggnog ice cream the other day. Fire.
Eggnog just sounds disgusting. I don't know if I've ever had eggnog. I
Really?
swear.
Oh, it's a great treat.
Drinking eggs?
It's rich. You can't drink a lot of it, but it's good.
I asked Ryan, what do your kids want from Santa?
The girls want like soccer stuff. Georgia wants some, I don't know, drawing thing. I don't know what Macy wants. Houston wants shoes.
Ask Ryan, does Jacques Doucet ever come off as whiny on Twitter? Leave Jacques alone, bro. I love Jacques, man. Saw Jacques last night at Rufino's.
Jacques the best.
He's the best.
Not a great softball player, Jacques. But he's good. He's a good at what he does. He's a good friend.
Ask Ryan, is LSU baseball a championship contender this season?
I think they're kind of a dark horse. It's going to be sneaky. There's not a lot of people picking them, but they're young. I think they're going to have a good team, yeah.
Ask Ryan, favorite country music band or artist?
I love Rascal Flatts. To this day, love them. I think they're great. Hank, classic. Garth Brooks in his heyday. Reba. I'm a big Reba fan.
Are you?
Yep.
Ask Ryan, if Matt took steroids, could he beat you in a home run derby?
No. Steroids don't make you hit the ball further. You have to have a good swing. And Matt's got a broken shoulder. So he might be able to hit a few out, but then toward the middle of it to the end of it, his shoulder would be barking, he'd be done.
Depends what field we're hitting on. Ask Ryan, GNR or Bon Jovi?
Guns N' Roses for sure.
Ask Ryan, what's your biggest, if I never did blank, then I would have never done blank hindsight moment?
That's too much. It'd take too long.
Okay. Muso, what did you learn today, man?
Largest underdog spread for LSU football in 47 years.
Paulie?
Terriers picks need to be graded as incomplete.
Yes. What did you learn?
That you're still a cheater.
What'd you learn, Matt?
I'm firing my sister-in-law. Y'all have a great weekend. See you tomorrow for Whiskey and Wine.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, we remind you about South Point Volkswagen, southpointvw.com, new and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at southpointvw.com. I mentioned new and certified pre-owned because their certified pre-owned selection is amazing, and it's more than just Volkswagen. So if you're trying to buy a pre-owned vehicle, check them out. I mentioned a good friend of the family went 2 Fridays ago to South Point Volkswagen, picked out a truck online, saw it online, said, hey, Matt, who do I talk to? I said, man, go talk to Kerry Manuel. He's the certified pre-owned manager over at South Point Volkswagen. Went and checked him out. Got an amazing deal on a certified pre-owned truck. All the vehicles. It's on the lot. It's online. southpointvw.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online. They are Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer. So if you're buying a VW, check out our friends at South Point Volkswagen. They'll give you a great deal. Airline just north of Highland or online at southpointvw.com. South Point Volkswagen. What's your direct?
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail